Dire's top tower.
Slam it!
Fate!
To the bottom I go!
Presumably a pity.
Unstoppable!
Pain ain't ugly. Ugly, pain.
Tyrant!
2 for 1.
Not alive!
Taken before my time.
I mean, you know, the prize money has always been an incentive to keep playing, but I feel that the most important thing that has really kept me playing throughout these years is the sense of satisfaction that you get when you actually play and win something with your friends and your team members. That's great. I mean, when I just started Dota in Singapore, the scene was pretty much just so it was average. There was like tournaments once every 3 months or 2, but coming this year, as we went into Dota 2, it seemed like there isn't any more Dota tournaments in Singapore already, and I'm actually questioning where would Dota 2 be heading towards in the upcoming years in Singapore.
And close your eyes and just fall down, okay? Don't worry.
Okay, then Lauren's gonna catch you.
Close your eyes. Okay.
Okay, it's called the trust fall. Okay, trust fall. Ready, set, go.
I have an ability to from
Dallas, Texas.
Earlier now. I was just guessing people.
I have. You always have trouble cutting through flan, don't you, Jimmy?
Yeah.
My guess. We sell knives at 11:30. Everybody knows that.
I didn't know. I didn't see the sheet.
There's a sign-up sheet.
I didn't read the sheet. I've never seen the sheet. I don't know where the sheet came from.
We've been here for 3 months.
I didn't know. I'm sorry. I don't know how this is my fault.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Throughout the ages, from Keats to Giacomo, poets have composed odes to individuals who have had a profound effect upon their lives.
This is Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Federation Starship Enterprise.
Welcome. Sup?
Sup? This is not God. This is just speaker stadium.
This is just
speaker system in the stadium. Don't worry, God is not an Asian. At least I don't think so. Could be a combination of all races.
He might be. He
might be Asian.
I hope so.
If he's good at math, he's Asian.
Then definitely Asian.
Alright.
Definitely. Well. Test. Mic test. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Hello. Mic test. 1, 2, 3, 4. See that? They had a... They all turned into kids. Just keeps going and going. Hello. 1, 2, 3, 4. Test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh man, so cool, so cool.
Why is Elliot louder than? Oh,
why? Yes.
Why? Yeah. Why is Elliot louder than me? It's not fair.
It's not. Life is not fair.
Life isn't fair. But now it is. Now it is.
Now it is. Now it is. That's good. Because we know who's the louder one amongst the two of us.
Right. Oh, I haven't plugged in my
headset.
Give me a moment. Sorry, can you repeat? Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
I got your picture.
Can you hear me through the walkie? Yes, we will continue talking.
Okay.
We will continue.
Alright, talking. We will continue for the next few moments to speak about random stuff.
Yes, Elliot, it is our imperative to continue this talking.
I guess so. It is my obligation.
We have been given orders to continue talking.
The friendly lady
must not stop.
Must not stop. So the friendly lady on the top shelf is telling us to not stop talking.
Resume communication.
I mean, resume communications with her to ensure that she will allow us to adjust our microphones to the desirable level.
It is unacceptable for us to have a pause in communication.
No pausing in communication allowed at all. So during this period of time, as we pretend to actually have a proper conversation,
we are not pretending.
We're actually having a conversation, but we're having a very frivolous one.
I am an artificial intelligence.
So today's show will be hosted. It will be hosted by Djehuty AI and me, Real Life Elliot.
Correct.
That's right. So we're gonna have some really good games involving commentary from an artificial program. It's gonna be fantastic, guys. So don't go anywhere.
Are we allowed to stop communicating?
I do hope so, because I'm running out of speech.
You
Alright.
require new speech patterns.
Alright.
Wow, it's still going. Still going. Other people do it too. How frustrating.
Wow, banana!
I just found out something, but I can't tell you about it.
Okay.
But I know you want to know, right? Come on, you want to know. It's really exciting. I know you want to know.
Okay,
you want to know,
what
right?
is it?
But I can't tell you. You want my love. Never, ever.
Shut the up. What's that?
Are you cheating on me?
What?
Are you cheating on me?
No.
Are you cheating on me?
No.
Are you cheating on me?
Okay, fine, I did.
I knew it.
Slow this week.
Anyway, I heard this place that's pretty good. You want to check it out? I think it's downstairs.
Downstairs?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh wait, is it? Maybe it's upstairs.
What movie do you want to watch tonight?
Anything.
Where do you want to go for holiday?
Anywhere.
Any preferences for breakfast?
Anything.
So, do you want to sleep with me?
No.
What type of friend do you like? Oh my god, who's tall and handsome? And Joe. Shh.
Aaron, have you seen this report?
Aaron, have you seen this report?
It's not funny.
It's not funny.
I'm being serious here.
Are you serious here?
I'm stupid.
You're stupid.
Why is he sparkling? So who's the bad guy? How come he can turn into a wolf? How come the cars can turn into robots? Eh? I thought he died already.
Can I follow your tips?
Let me open.
Hello? Sorry, can you speak the louder? The signal no good. Can you hear? Can you hear? Hello? Can you hear? Can you hear?
Oh my god, it's so hot. Wow, banana.
Very funny, huh?
morning, everyone. Welcome to the GPL 2013 Spring Season Week 2. I'm your host, Elliot, and joining me is Djehuty. So today we've got some exciting games lined up for you. 3 games to be specific.
Right.
And it's not going to disappoint, hopefully. So what games do we have today, Djehuty?
Well, first up, we're going to be watching... wow. That's great. No, we're going to be watching the Bangkok Titans going up against the Saigon Jokers. I don't know how that slipped my mind.
Yeah, but it's going to be a good game because BKT has been performing really well in the first week of the season.
Right.
So I have a lot of hopes in them, you know, at least putting up a good fight against Saigon Jokers.
You know, if you asked me last season who would win in a matchup between the Bangkok Titans and the Saigon Jokers, I would have easily said the Saigon Jokers. But this season, I'm not too sure about who's going to be the one coming out ahead in this match, because the Bangkok Titans have been topping the charts of the GPL thus far. I mean, they've been they played 2 games thus far, and they've won both of those matches. So they're up there with the rest right now. And compared to what they were last season, the team is completely changed.
Yeah, they've upgraded one whole notch up. In fact, a few notches, I would say.
Right. And the funny part is they only brought in 1 new team member, really.
I think it was just what? And then, SKLs, right? Skills?
No, not Skills. NDD.
NDD.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the names really confuse me because it's all a lot of letters.
I don't know whether you're supposed to add some imaginary vowels in there, like SKLZ, and call them Skills.
It's supposed to be maybe a play on letters. I don't know.
A play on letters, yeah.
And of course, that's just game 1. We have 3 games. The second one will be none other than the homeboys, SGS. They will be fighting the Vietnam second team, right?
Yeah, right. And I think it's kind of going to be an exciting match that people want to watch, because last week the Singapore Sentinels actually lost to the Saigon Jokers. So now they get to fight against this kind of sister team of the Saigon
SAJ.
Jokers, the Saigon Fantastic 5. And that will be the next match after this, so do stay around for that.
Yeah, I've been a bit worried for Singapore Sentinels since their lineup reshuffle. You know, they've been doing a lot of changes, and that has really impacted their gameplay. You know, they had a very rough start for the season.
That's true.
We want to see how they progress. It's only week 2, still a long way to go for us. So yeah, just one of those things to look out for. And last but not least, we'll be watching the Taipei Assassins take on AHQ Esports Club. So 2 of the Taiwanese teams pitting it head-to-head for the first time in the GPL.
And it's always fun when you watch a match between 2 teams that are quite familiar with each other, like AHQ and the Taipei Assassins, because you know they're so familiar with each other that they know what strategies they're going to come up with, that they have to go the extra mile and pull out something weird in order to play mind games with their opponent, to be able to surprise them in the match. Whereas if you're playing with somebody that you're not so familiar with, you can just pull out simple, more mundane strategies, something that's more run-of-the-mill. But when you're up against somebody that you played against over and over, they know your strengths and weaknesses. You got to pull out something new when you go up against them.
Exactly. So we just watched these 3 matches today, and you know, I'm hoping to see some changes. Last week's bans and picks were really standard, I would say. A lot of Eve bans going around.
There were some fun picks. We saw Gangplank being picked up by the Singapore Sentinels. That was, I feel, one of the more entertaining picks of the season thus far.
That's right. I thought it was great. The Crit Plank.
Crit Plank, that was really fun.
That was good.
We've been seeing a rise in popularity of Nidalee, especially, I think, the Saigon Jokers. Nixwater did really well with Nidalee at the mid lane. And Nidalee has been gaining popularity, and people are realizing what kind of potential she has now because of how they've changed magic penetration.
Oh, definitely. It's giving Pumps a lot of leeway to play. And I think that's one of the more welcome changes to Season 3. We've seen up and downs so far, with Black Cleavers being amassed all over the place. The rise of AD Bruisers and AD Casters as well. And Assassins like Talon. You know, I think we've been seeing that a bit in the meta. So yeah, it's only a matter of time before we see a shift in how the lanes work out.
There have been a couple of changes. I think the main changes now that I'm seeing Season 3 kind of settle in a little bit more are that in the top lane, it's really become a challenge of who can out-sustain the other. You see them spamming pots like mad. The relative cheapness of the Crystalline Flask just allows people to just spam pots and Crystalline Flask.
Oh, yeah.
And that is what the top lane has kind of become. Over at the bottom lane, though, they nerfed a lot of the items for AD carries. And because of that, AD carries are a lot weaker than they used to be. They take more time to ramp up to the kind of strength that they used to have in the old season.
That's true. And I think that's one of the reasons why we've seen, I don't know about you, but I've noticed Static Shift to become a very popular item in that AD bot lane.
Yeah, they were doing the calculations on Static Shift. If you move and if you kite and you fire your Static Shift, you can actually deal more damage than a Phantom Dancer when there's, I think, more than 2 targets.
Okay, cool. So we're into the banter picks for Game 1. BKT versus SAJ, the Bangkok Titans taking on the Saigon Jokers. And so far, Elise has a ban. Now,
that's a targeted ban.
It's a targeted ban for sure.
Because Nick Swatter was playing that in the first match that the Saigon Jokers played, and he was beast with it.
It's so
really
strong,
beast.
you can build tanky items on Elise and still dish out a ton of damage. Evelyn, Lee Sin, I think these are still pretty common bans. Lee Sin in mid, a beast, nonetheless.
I think Evelyn right now, one of the few AP champions that still remains very, very strong in the current meta.
Definitely. All right, so first pick for Bangkok Titans, a very strong one, in fact, Shen. We still see a rise in popularity, and I think if he picks up that barrier, I mean, they are holding on to that barrier. What do you think about barrier in Season 3? I haven't had much experimentation with it so far.
Barrier, I haven't really dealt with it too much. One of the things that it does counter is Ignite, though.
Yes,
because it doesn't have
reduction.
It doesn't get affected by the healing reduction that comes along with Ignite. So barrier, in that sense, does work pretty well with that. Of course, unlike heal, though, it doesn't help out your allies next to you.
Right, and heal has that passive now as well, which helps you quite a bit. You're not going to be able to
save anyone.
That's exactly true.
Barrier, I don't really feel like it's the greatest pickup on Shen. I feel like there could be a couple of other things that he could do.
Yeah, I think so too. I've seen Shen run
I would rather
teleport.
see, if he wants a defensive build, him picking up Exhaust.
Would have been good as well. You can't get enough of Exhaust, really. Saigon Jokers going for the Cho'Gath Nidalee build. Now, that's pretty interesting because if Cho'Gath is in the jungle, he is actually very dangerous to play against.
He can put down a lot of pressure in the lane, especially when you push out too far. Cho'Gath stuns are easy to land when you're overextended.
Yeah, definitely. But BKT making, I think, is a smart choice. Picking champs like Zyra and Ezreal. Disengage is going to be really good, and Ezreal has this mobility about him, which is going to help a lot. You know, and not to mention that the ways that you can play a Zyra Ezreal comp is that in the late game, they can shift into a bit of a poke.
But look at this. Are they going to be picking up Twitch? Are they going to be running double AD carries here on the Bangkok Titans? That is a possibility. We have seen some double AD comps in competitive matches before. It is very rare.
It
has happened before.
But it pulled off well. The thing about double AD comps is it's very hard to shut down one of them if both of them are outputting at the same speed. The only issue I feel is that in Season 3, itemizing to that stage requires you to really snowball that early game so that in the mid game you can kind of make up for those items. And,
and they're going to swap that out. They're not going to decide to go with that. They may go with a bruiser at the mid lane in the form of Pantheon rather than sending a traditional AP mid there. And Pantheon would actually do pretty decently against Nidalee at the start, I think. But of course, if he lets her get into the later bits of the game, he's not going to be able to deal enough damage to...
I think it's going to be more of the wombo combo now. That I think of, now let's look for the Orianna pick. It changes the entire dynamics of the game. You're looking at people like Shen and Java who can just dive right in. And then with that Orianna, Jum sucking everyone in with the Shockwave. I think that's going to be great. But SAJ, that poke comp is starting to look really good. Don't you agree?
SAJ, they have definitely gone for the poke composition here. You can see that between the champions that they've already locked in, they have so much sustain as well as poke. I mean, Nidalee's spears are going to be out there.
They got double
dealing
heals.
just massive amounts of damage. They've got double heals, like you're saying, between Sona and Nidalee. And of course, there's the Jace poke as well. We haven't seen Jace being played much. He kind of dropped off in popularity since last season after his nerfs.
The mana nerfs, that was a big factor.
We're going to be seeing him get picked up in this game.
Well, I'm hoping for some dunking action, really. The fact that they have Jarvan, that is one of my favorite moments in life, when they go Michael Jordan on them and bam, smack with the Cataclysm.
He's going to put you in the middle of the arena.
Yeah.
That is what Jarvan does. He forces you to go one-on-one with him.
And the best part is
that is not fun.
Yeah, it's not fun at all, especially since the opponents don't have that kind of ability to just maneuver out of the Cataclysm. The only one is going to be Nidalee, but everyone else stuck inside. Champions like MF, Misfortune, she does not have this, once she's caught in a bad position, she has to rely on Flash. Yeah, she has to rely on Flash. So,
but you know what? I really like the poke comp that they have on SAJ. And I feel that with Misfortune and Cho'Gath, they also have the ability that were BKT to jump on them, they could stop or punish that jump. Because Misfortune is going to have an easy time using her bullet time when they're just jumping towards the team. And of course, Cho'Gath works really well when you're on the defensive, because landing a Rupture on somebody who's chasing you is easier than landing it on somebody who's running away. And on top of that, the Feral Scream has a pretty short range. So if you're going to come towards Cho'Gath and you want to do your wombo combo, Cho'Gath can shut that down. You got to be very, very careful
about that. Yeah, definitely. So this is going to be the first game, BKT versus SAJ. Who are you more from the comps alone? Who do you think is more likely to take this game away?
Looking at the team composition, I'm going to say that SAJ has the better team composition. BKT, their team has a lot of pokes as well. Between Zyra, Orianna, and Ezreal, they got some nice pokes, but nowhere near the kind of power that SAJ has. At the same time, BKT doesn't really have that strong of a burst power, burst potential, in my opinion. I don't feel like they can really get in there and burst somebody down that easily. So they don't have that single target high damage.
Well, yeah, that's definitely for sure.
Well, Jarvan can kind of build that. So that's their highest potential there from Jarvan, probably, that burst damage. But the thing is, of course, just because they're weakened in team fights doesn't mean that BKT is going to be at a big disadvantage. They could have a strategy that revolves around fighting small skirmishes.
Yeah, we have seen those kind of 3-on-1 gangs. And with Shen, it's always possible to go for that 3v2, 4v2 bottom with a jungler coming in. You can dogpile on people very easily with Shen on your team.
But what I do like is that they have Shen. And Shen, he's going to be able to split push and hopefully relieve some of the pressure that Nidalee is going to be putting down. Because the way I see it, Nyxwater on Nidalee, he's going to be putting immense amounts of pressure on lanes, doing that split pushing. We've seen him do it before. And having Shen around kind of helps to alleviate that pressure. Because you're going to have to send a lot of people to shut down Nidalee. And when you're doing that, you might be losing other lanes.
Right. You're always going to be in a bad position because you have to, like you said, you have to make sure you have more than one person tagging it Nidalee down. And even so, with the amount of CC they have on the side of BKT, I don't think it's going to be an easy task. They only have the Zyra catch, and slows don't work that immensely well on Nidalee.
But Shen might be the really good counter pick against her, because you can send Shen to stop her. And at the same time, while he's stopping her, he can always teleport away when there's an engagement, and then change that 4v4 into a 5v4. And on top of that, Nidalee doesn't have any ability to stop Shen from teleporting.
Absolutely. All right, so we are going to the loading screen right now, and we will wait for the game to begin. This is game 1 of the GPL Spring Season Week 2 between the Bangkok Titans and the Saigon Jokers.
Both of these teams have been doing extraordinarily well since the start of the season. And, the real underdog story here are the Bangkok Titans. Last season, we didn't see them pick up a single win until, I think, a good halfway through the season.
I think even longer than that.
Longer than halfway through the season before they picked up one win. And this time round, they've started off the season with a flawless win record. Hopefully, I'm not jinxing it for them. They've won 2 games already, and I just believe that they're going to give Saigon Jokers a run for their money. I do not see the Saigon Jokers walking away with an easy win against this new Bangkok Titans.
They have really tightened up their strategy. We saw them play last week. They had some, mechanically, they've improved by quite a bit, I would say.
Yeah, they have. Definitely improved mechanically. And strategy-wise, they have definitely upped their game. I mean, we saw them pulling off a lot more coordinated gangs. We saw them moving for those objectives as a team and recognizing those timing windows. We saw them grabbing dragons and stuff like that, which requires you to put some thought into it. When are you going to pressure this objective? When do you want to grab it? What kind of map control do you need to be able to claim these objectives? And the Bangkok Titans have been thinking about that, and implementing that in their games, and that's what's been winning them these games.
That's a very good point. I mean, that's how, you know, that's like you were saying, as teams play together, they really grow, and it's through those, you know, just staying along and learning and fixing your flaws. That's how you improve overall as a team. So really nice to see that the Bangkok Titans have tightened up the game by just so much. One of the better teams that have come out of season 1.
Has disconnected.
So I think we're having some small technical issues with the game, but once that's fixed, we'll roll right back in. So just to mention something that happened just now, I think Ezreal was the one that picked up the barrier for the side of the Bangkok Titans. Now that's pretty okay.
That is very, very interesting. We've seen this being done before. The double defensive pickups on an AD carry, but not very usually on Ezreal, because Ezreal is more of an AD carry that you see offensively. He's got great burst potential, especially once you pick up your Sheen. He can put out quite a fair bit of burst. I mean, between your Mystic Shot, your Essence Flux and all that, you can deal a lot of burst damage. So you see Ezreal pick up Ignite a lot. But I've seen on the Korean teams, what they've been doing is that they've been running double exhaust in the bottom lane.
Right, okay.
So AD carry exhaust, support exhaust, and the reason for that is that they want to stay alive to the late game. They feel that their bottom lane is weaker, and by picking up a double exhaust, they can be very, very safe.
I think they were doing that in OGN as well in some of their games.
Yes, that was in OGN.
Yeah.
That was I think KT Rolster A versus KT Rolster B.
Yes, that's correct. All right, so let's see the opening strategies for these two teams. Bangkok Titans picking already to go to their Wraith side and probably wait. We've seen a lot of teams perform this starting wall. And look at Leia's positioning. It's actually really good because it does play with the Fog of War. And they will not see, and that taunt comes in, and look at that burst on to SAJ safety. Will the Ignite pick it up? Yes, it will. So first blood to Orianna. That was a perfect play. And you know that BKT have been studying the map just from looking at Leia's position.
That was such a great use of the Fog of War there. Just knowing that there was that little area, that little alcove really, that he could hide in. And where Sona didn't have vision of them, but they had vision of her. And that was the killer there. They knew exactly where safety was, but safety, he was walking in blind.
Yep, and I think they pretty much knew. SAJ has always been doing that early ward to their Wraith side, and that was going to help. I think they studied their opponents. Exactly why they had the Elise ban earlier as well.
Right, which is really important. Knowing about what your opponent's habits are can give you potentially a huge advantage against your opponent.
Yeah, fantastic play. And Orianna, that early lead is going to be really awesome. 400 bonus gold in the bag will allow her to, at least not lose as much farm, or at least, level up slightly faster, itemize a bit better, and her roaming potential will increase. It's all these small things that make a big difference in the mid game.
Oh, she is going to be very nice with that extra gold, because you can see there that she's picked up so many regeneration items. She's got her Fairy Charm early. She's got that Crystalline Flask with 3 pots. She's just going to be having beastly sustain in that lane. And we're going to see how she deals with that. Interesting swap up here. They're going to be sending Jace
into the mid
against
lane.
Orianna.
Right. So I guess it makes a little bit of sense, since that Nidalee does pressure top lanes extremely well. To deal with a split pushing Nidalee, you are jeopardizing your dragon. And when they start pushing it out, when Nidalee starts pressuring the top lane, you have to set up there to kind of control her, and at the same time, there is a risk that your opponents will do the dragon.
And I like this. One of the reasons why you normally don't send AP Nidalee up to the top lane is because she doesn't deal very well with those bursty champions in the early levels, especially before she gets her Cougar form. But against Shen, it's quite unlikely that he's going to have enough damage.
Here we go. Oh, and that Bushwhack just catches NND out of position. She knows, and that was a great opening start there for Nixwater to put down that Bushwhack.
But yeah, like I was saying, not enough damage for Shen to take out that AP Nid, so she's going to be able to circumvent one of her big weaknesses, which is that early game.
Nicely done.
Oh, we have Juni coming in here for the gank.
Oh, but I think that...
Oh, he showed his face there, misses the stun, the knock-up doesn't land there.
I think it was a bit of a bad play, because Sona healed up Cho'Gath when he was sitting inside the brush, and that kind of gave it away overall.
Oh no, that was so unfortunate. You could see how low Xera's was there. He didn't actually have his flash up, so that would have been a kill. If they managed to land that stun on Xeris,
yep,
it would have been a sure kill there. Cho'Gath now doing a little bit of counter jungling, or rather trying to do that, but not really succeeding. Nidalee and Shen here trading blows Leia and Nixwater. And I have to say that ever since his move to the top lane, Leia has been doing pretty well up there. He used to be the mid laner for the Bangkok Titans, but he has since decided to take his new place at the top lane.
Yeah, but setting NVM. NVM used to be the what, top laner? Oh, I can't remember already.
NVM. NVM used to play a number of roles. He used to play top. They had Med at top.
Yeah, Med at top as well.
And it's kind of hard to keep track of the Bangkok Titans positions because they do switch around a lot. They don't like staying in one place. I hope that's not the case with their girlfriends, but it is the case with the lanes.
It is for me. So, well.
Oh,
right
gang coming down the mid lane. They've managed to catch NVM out. The silence comes in there, but he managed the flash before it really landed there.
Well, that's going to put her in a bit of a position now. With the flash down, it's very easy for Jace and Cho'Gath to kind of just dive her. They're both very good champs at disengaging. And Cho'Gath, he has a pile of health at level 6 already. Since he can just nom those creeps, they get bonus health.
Look at that, Leia and Nidalee trading blows there. And it looks like Leia is the one that's coming out behind in these. He doesn't have the health potions that Nixwater has. So in the long run, he has more sustain from those rejuvenation beads. But in the short run, Nixwater is going to be able to get much more health back.
Yeah,
just because of those health pots.
For sure. The thing is that at level 6, I think Nidalee will be able to out-train even more. Since Shen's level 6 doesn't really give him damage. Shen's ultimate merely gives team utility.
Right, he's gonna be having a tough time soon, I believe. Yeah.
Yes.
Unless they're able to send some help up there, I think that Shen's gonna stop getting bullied in that lane. Nice flare, but Xeris took a lot of damage from that trade, and you can see here even Skills is taking a lot of damage here in the trade against Archie. Archie has that cleanse, which is not that useful in this lane.
That's true.
The barrier is gonna provide slightly more power in the lane.
That's true. But you know, what I think about MF and Sona lanes is that MF and Sona are deceptively very strong. The amount of damage that MF can output is becoming more and more apparent to the pro players out there. And I think people are starting to see a lot of light for that woman, especially with Black Cleavers. My goodness, she's a beast with that.
Oh, you can see here, Nixwater is beginning his pressure in the lane just so early on. He's just hit level 6. He's a little bit low on mana, but now that he's hit level 6, he's going to be able to trade with Shen face up because of that Cougar form.
Without mana even, that's the best part.
Yeah, that is just going to be tough for Shen right now. Until he itemizes a bit.
It's tough. Nidalee, in her Cougar form, she spends absolutely no mana at all. So even if she's down for the count, she can still escape without any mana on her belt.
Whoa, Jace there.
And Jace is not an easy champion.
Yeah, just clear that way very, very quickly.
Jace is not an easy champion for Orianna to deal with, simply because that acceleration gate kind of negates the power that Dissonance has. And you know, Dissonance, if you don't max it out, you're not going to get that same amount of slow onto Jace. Which is most likely the case, you know.
So looking at the CS right now, looks like there's no big difference in any of the lanes. We do see a slight advantage here.
In mid lane, actually.
In the middle lane.
Yeah. Mid lane has this big, I think about 10 minions difference.
Yeah, I think that came from the pressure that Cho'Gath put down early on.
Right.
And Cho'Gath really does have quite a fair bit of pressure in the lanes, especially if there's a disable in the lane already. Then
that was
he
a
can
nice
really
catch.
land his stun easily.
Yeah.
And that was a great trade at the bottom lane.
Yeah, nice catch there by Xeris, hitting out Misfortune at the best position and having that seed at the same time. The key to having a great Xeris support is getting that seeds behind the champion. So no matter what happens, you're actually going to be able to still lay down those slows from behind.
They're trying to go in for this kill on safety. The exhaust goes down on Archie. Archie is just going to fight it out here because Cho'Gath comes in, but Shen is here as well. QTV comes in with the teleport, a brilliant teleport here, followed up by this bullet time. Xeris is getting very low here. He's going to try to flash away. Will he land that shock blast? No, he doesn't even need to do that. The auto attacks will take him out, and the Saigon Joker's picking up this double kill here. Wow, Archie there. getting very close to death from that final shot from Zyra.
What a turnaround there by the side of Saigon Jokers, really.
And look at Nixwater just bully.
Important.
It's really
important.
good. You know, picking up, getting Black Cleaver on MF early on, she basically becomes a one-button champion.
Oh yeah.
All you need to do is just use that bullet time in a team fight, and you've done your job really as an AD carry. And how crazy is that? As an AD carry, all you do is rely on one spell.
It feels so much like an AD caster sort of thing.
Right.
But the fact is that even if that bullet time is, once that bullet time is down, you're still outputting a very good amount of damage with your impure shots.
Really amazing champion, Misfortune. Very, very powerful.
And nice use of, Nixwater is really using those bushwhacks to its fullest, going around the map, being sneaky and stuff. That's what a good Nidalee player should be doing.
So I've just swapped the champion portraits a little bit around at the bottom because, you know, Nidalee is up in the top lane, and I think it's better that we just compare her to that CS that they have. That she's doing slightly better than Shen there with about 14 CS up.
And yeah.
And yeah, what were you going to say? Shen has that assist though, so that helps him a little bit.
I think bot lane's the one that's really suffering here for the Bangkok Titans. Itemization-wise, Ezreal is a full BF sword behind. That can be a good thing for them.
And I'm surprised that Misfortune here has decided against picking up an early Brutalizer. She's going to go instead for that Bloodthirster as her first item.
Wonderful. Oh, that Bloodthirster is great. The fact that you get a lot of sustain in late. I think if you have a champion like Sona partner with you, you don't really need that Bloodthirsters early on. You could easily do well with that Black Cleaver for extra cooldown. Because one of the issues I feel as an MF player is that you want your impure shots to come up as fast as possible. That really increases your DPS by just so much more.
Oh, Leia now starting to win these trades against Nixwater. And once he picks up that Warmogs, he's going to be very, very beastly. The new Warmogs is so good.
It's sick.
Cost-wise, it's very, very cheap for the kind of stats that it offers. Now that it offers the what used to be on Force of Nature, it has really become such a powerful item. You don't have to wait for it to charge up stacks anymore as well. It straight away gives you that 1.5% health regen, I believe. Is it 1%?
It gives you 1.3% if I'm not wrong.
Oh, here they go. They're going in for the stun on Xerath. The taunt comes in from Shen. Archie's in big trouble there. But QTV comes in with the teleport as well. And he's been using that teleport brilliantly to counter Shen this whole game.
Uh-oh, and here comes Judy. The backup force has arrived. Leia is extremely low, and you know what? They still trade that bottom and that top lane turret. Michael Jarvan comes in, slams on the Sona. She jumps away, and looks like they will need to disengage. Jarvan does not have enough mana to use the EQ combo. The flash comes down, misses that Q. Will SKLZ be able to take out safety in time? Uses that flash, but I think he might regret it. Oh, wonderful! The final arcane chip. But I don't think it's going to be worth it.
Was it worth it for the support? But will he be able to get out of this one?
Oh my goodness!
Wants to go in that auto attack. Leia's in trouble now. The stun comes in. Cho'Gath with the feast. He's going to take that turret.
The knockup comes in!
Knocking him up. Oh, not enough damage there. And it looks like QTV will pick up another
Oh my goodness!
kill.
And the Orianna comes in for the final sweep up. That was an amazingly long team fight. But it all worked out fine.
NVM here, I have to say, a little bit slow to respond.
Yeah, late to the party.
They were having that fight for ages.
And it was not really that great a trade because top lane lost their first turret, and now Nixwater has brought the second one to already about close to 2/3 to half health.
Can't agree with skills there, trying to go for that support kill.
Yeah, that was a bad call, bad call.
That was a support guy. I mean, dude, seriously, that was a support. I mean, what did Sona do to you?
She's just a mute girl. You don't do that to mute people, really. Not nice.
And the spear's already starting to hurt.
He's starting to chunk up that damage. She has that Sheen, which is a brilliant item on Lily for opening start. It gives that mana, it gives the damage in Cougar form. Too good.
And if she builds up into that...
she built an Iceborne Gauntlet now, which is pretty good.
Iceborne Gauntlet. It is such a powerful item. Probably going to be seeing nerfs very soon. Look at the damage. Down onto NVM.
Yowzers,
chasing him away. NVM is not really going to be able to do anything there. The dragon is going to be picked up here. The first dragon of the game. SAJ going for it.
They've got finally a goal gap. Yeah, we finally see a goal gap of about 1,000 goal. That's going to be pretty good for the side of SAJ. I think they have a better mid-game. Well, I would say they have a better ramp-up comp for the fact that once they start to get items, they will be able to overpower this sort of very high base damage composition which BKT has.
Right, I like SAJ's late game and team fighting capabilities more. So if BKT really doesn't ramp up their game right now, I feel they're going to be in a little bit of trouble moving into this later part of the game.
Yeah, definitely. So especially since Archie is actually doing pretty well. He's at 1-1-4 at the moment, having the Bloodthirsters, and Jace is also matched to him, 6 kills. And we know when we see the Brutalizer, you definitely know we're going to see a Black Cleaver coming up very soon.
Oh yeah. That Jace is getting really fat right now. He's 6-2.
6-2 is a very good number to be at. And the thing is, Orianna, like I was saying earlier on, does have a very hard time dealing with champions like Jace.
Interesting here, we didn't see Leia get the Warmogs. He went instead for that Sunfire Cape.
Sunbros.
And the Sunfire Cape is going to be less sustained, but of course it will provide more defensive stats. It's going to have that armor, which is very beneficial there.
You get a bit more damage.
Coming down at the mid lane. QTV, ooh, going for that Shock Blast acceleration gate combo. Not able to land it. He's got the blue buff though, so he's going to be able to keep that up for a while.
Look at that,
ooh,
look at that. Spams, the spams.
At the bottom lane, it looks like Archie and Safety are getting pretty aggressive here. You know that they have the advantage there from the kills that they've gotten, but not really. Looks like Ezreal's at about just only 300 gold shy of what
the thing on the bottom lane so far, I feel, is that SKLs and Xerath, they've actually been doing pretty well in their lane. They are able to trade damage much better than MF and Sona, but it's those ganks that have been coming, and the really quick response by the rest of the team on the SAJ side, which is helping them win that bottom lane.
And the thing is that it's not like BKT hasn't been ganking the bottom lane either. Most of the time it's been these counter ganks. But we see Shen coming down to the bottom lane and just being stopped by Junie, who's just waiting, and QTV, who comes in with the teleport. So really it's SAJ who's been, it's not that BKT's been messing up, it's SAJ that has been waiting there for those counters.
Absolutely.
Really good job here. And SKLZ though, he's about 20 behind on farm, but he still managed to keep up quite closely in goal. I think it's only the Dragon that's pulling him behind here.
Right, the Dragon. definitely was a big factor overall.
Mid lane, NVM has already taken out that turret.
Goodness.
Nice dodge there. And putting down the pokes onto Junie. See Xera's coming in here as well. That means Skills is at the bottom lane alone against Archie. We do see Safety coming in as well, so he has to be a little bit careful. It's going to be a 2v1 situation very soon. Top lane, Leia looks to be kind of holding his own against Nixwater. Not able to really drive him back.
Oh my goodness, the poke coming up onto that Orianna in the mid lane, not a pretty sight. And then he caught off guard here. It's going to be a 2v1 on him. Will he be able to? No, it looks like Shen is going to use Stand United, missing out the thing entirely. And Leia forced to dive. The flag, very nice.
Oh!
Michael Jarvan jumps across the wall.
That was a insanely beautiful ult there by Orianna, but the rest of the team kind of wasn't there to follow up on it.
Yeah. It's now going to be, oh, Zyra gets caught. Will she actually throw something out here? Remember, Jarvan does not have the ultimate. Taunting MF and a beautiful cleanse coming out with quick responses. They're trying to hit out Zyra as well, but that will cost them their lives. Judy forced to crash across the wall. And Safety here getting hit by the snare.
Picks up the kill on Xerath, but he's going to get killed here himself by Leia. In the meantime, oh my goodness, SGS getting chunked by that spear.
Ouch.
And this is not good. Look at the health at this top turret. And this is just the story of the life of a game against Lily.
Lily.
You just get counter pushed all day.
It's so difficult. And and then
nice
smite.
Go in there. Come on. You guys are 3v2. I cannot understand the lack of aggression here from NDD. This is the second time really at the fight at this point here near the dragon. He should have gone in. Shen ulted him. And he backed off. Like, you have Shen ult and you back off? What are you doing, bro?
No.
He was at full health to boot.
Yep.
I mean, if he stayed in there, they would have won that fight faster and been able to do something. Because they took so long in that fight, SAJ was able to respawn. And on top of that, that gave extra time to Nidalee.
Actually, it was kind of funny because I don't know if it was luck or skill, but Shen managed to kind of teleport at the spot where Jarvan was flying off, and not at the spot where Jarvan managed to land on his flag.
That was definitely luck. I mean, he was so lucky that happened, because if that
if not, he would have missed the taunt.
He would have missed the taunt, right? So, just not very great play there by NDD.
The trade.
Oh my goodness,
that
the
trade.
damage from the double up.
He already has that last whisper, misfortune with last whisper. It's really mad. It's really mad because of the new way that calculations are made. You know, getting that early last whisper really helps you just pierce through whatever you have, especially if she's running armor penetration marks.
Oh, Iceborne Gauntlet on that Nidalee.
Tough to fight, tough to fight.
It's gonna be super kitey. He's gonna be so tough to catch. I mean, catching Nidalee is already a tough prospect.
But with Iceborne.
Iceborne Gauntlet. Oh, here we come. Gank onto Safety. They know that the flash is down, but like we said before, they just walked into that misfortune bullet time. Everybody just got shredded by that.
Oh my goodness. But that flag piercing them right in the face with the Demacian standard, and it's just not a worth it trade once again. Nick showing us classic Nidalee play, and exactly why Hotshot loved her at first sight.
And this was the problem that I was talking about, really. When they jump in on the wrong person, if they're not careful, Misfortune will be just able to
waiting for the bullet time.
Duration of a bullet time. And she did it. The minute she saw them jump onto Sona.
Baby, yeah, it was good.
It was a massacre. It was like that. I don't know. It reminded me of a scene from some gangster movie where they're just shooting
it really felt that way because
it's like Road to Perdition, the part where Tom Hanks is like gunning everybody down in the raining scene.
It was so cool because she didn't really do much. She was saying the power of that AD carry, but acting as an AD caster. Just
right, one button. All
one button, just
one
the R.
One button madness.
Just like casters, so cheap.
And Nixwater is being a sneaky little cat here.
Look at that. Iceborne Gauntlet has all the stats that AP Nidalee would love to use.
Trying to catch her out. Oh, MVM.
Ouch. Ice Bomb Gauntlet, I want to talk about it. It's a really strong item. Provides CDR, provides mana, armor, and AP to boot. And that's slow. Can't go wrong with item stats like that, man.
No,
so strong.
It helps you kite so much. Because when you're talking about a phage, all it's going to do is just slow down one person, and there's a chance of that. Whereas with the Iceborne Gauntlet, we're talking about an AoE slow. Oh, they want to get in on QTB here. Once again, NDD, I think, being a little bit too quick.
He was very hasty, yeah.
When using that dunk, you put people in the arena, but they've got...
Flash.
The exit is still open.
Yeah.
You don't leave the door open when you put people in the arena. You want to make sure that you close all the doors, make sure they don't have that flash. And here he comes, going in on Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath still has that flash, so...
Oh!
Pulling in Cho'Gath. This is a lot of stuff being expended trying to kill Cho'Gath and being unsuccessful in the end.
Yeah,
very bad position for them to be in right now.
In fact, they burned all the ultimates for that fight, and that is not good at all. Everything's on cooldown. While SAJ has everything up, they can go in for the engage. Of course, albeit they don't really have the best engage. But if they choose to have a fight now, they will be at a great advantage.
Right, all those ultimates being down is really bad.
Succession at all, that's the thing, no success.
And it was to try to kill Cho'Gath, which
it's hard to
really
do that, yeah. It's hard to do that.
If you look at his items right now, Runic Bulwark, which is almost a necessity on junglers these days. Just makes your jungler really tanky, especially against magic damage.
Oh yeah, for sure. And look at that flash coming in, the bullet time. Over there for the Saigon Jokers.
No, Safety really wanted to land that.
It's ironic.
crescendo.
It's really ironic, I guess. She put herself in harm's way. Just to get
Safety there. Definitely not living up to his name. Oh, nice taunt by Leia. He's going to get extra damage onto QTB with the help of the turret. NDD has that flag down. Will he go for that spear combo? Oh, Orianna not with the best of ults. Only catching one person off guard there, but Juni tanking a little bit of too much tower damage there. Leia, however, goes down. Picked up by Archie. Archie now putting down damage. Nobody's focusing him there, so he's really just firing away.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was
Titanium. Was that Titanium?
Yes.
Wow. You know, the Archie's been doing really well
we
this
should
game.
have a challenge to fit random song lyrics into the shoutcasting.
The funny part is that when you're saying it, I was really singing in my head. And now that's just been a bad moment. Jace catching, once you catch anyone out as Jace to the sky, it's just so hard to come out.
They shoot me down.
Oh! And you know, that's it. 2 lanes pushed out in the top and the mid.
Oh, look at SKLZ that he's firing at the ones who run.
Oh my goodness. I think you should join that that game show. What's that one? The one with the
lyrics one. Do you remember the lyrics? Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, you
one
should
that's
join
hosted by Wayne
Brady.
Wayne
Brady, yeah.
Right.
So, so far, actually, the funny thing is that we've only seen 1 dragon being taken. I think 2 so far. And Baron not even close. And this will be the best time for the Saigon Jokers to make a play on Baron if they see that they need it. I mean, I always say, if you can afford it, get it.
Yeah, they've got 2 inhibitors down here. 2 very nice inhibitors.
The best of times to strike hot at that Baron. The Giant Worm needs to go down.
The goal lead right now is just so massive for
hit that
Saigon Jokers.
Yeah, it's trying to hit that 8k difference. So really just the opportune moment to strike at Baron while they can. But
you know what? They don't even
need want
that.
it. They just want bottom lane.
You know, they've got enough sustain. Between Sona, Nidalee, there is enough first aid there to keep them alive. I mean, it's like Obamacare.
Oh, it's better.
Better than
2.
Obamacare.
It's better than Obamacare.
Nidalee and Sona.
And here we go. Spears coming down. This is just really easy looking around.
Oh, really beautiful snare there by Xerath. Managing to land on the entire team. Are we going to see a clutch Orianna out? The bullet time comes in. But not enough there because Ezreal just books it out of there using the arcane shift to really run away as quickly as possible because he does not want to get stuck in there with that bullet time.
But this looks very bleak.
Inhibitor is down. In comes the crescendo, the Shen onto Jarvan right in the middle of the enemy team right now. They're going to try to jump straight onto Archie, but QTV there keeping them off of him. Archie goes down. SKLZ right now dealing the damage from behind. This is actually a good fight for BKT. They've managed to take out the major damage dealers here on the Saigon Jokers, but this is not going to end too well. You know why? Because they've got 3 inhibitors down, super minions just pouring into the base. It's a waterfall of super minions.
Is your base half empty or half full, Djehuty? Because this looks like it's the end for the side of Bangkok Titans.
Right now, the base is definitely full of bad news for the Bangkok Titans. The Saigon Jokers gonna walk away with the first match of tonight.
What a brilliant one, what a brilliant
really
one.
Really nicely played game. Just building up that lead slowly from the start.
And they played really passively, but not passively, more reactively. And that turned out to be a better way for them to kind of come back from that very sad first blood that BKT pulled out on them.
Yeah, I mean, that could have potentially been a dangerous situation for them to be in because Oriana has that extra lead. She could potentially snowball in that mid lane with the extra items that she picks up. But she didn't get to do that.
Exactly. I mean, I think the lane swap was a great idea. Putting Nick Swan on the top lane to fight up against Shen and putting Jace, something which Oriana is not conventionally known to be able to deal with.
Right.
So overall, very nice strategy and comeback reactionist plays from the Saigon Jokers.
Really the most reactionary play though is at the bottom lane where they always were ready with the teleport and the counter gang from Cho'Gath.
It just came in all at the right times.
Impeccable timing, really.
Yeah.
Just the timing was so good. I mean, Shen's ult is on a shorter cooldown than teleport, but yet it felt like every time he went in there for the bottom lane, QTV was ready with teleport.
Also, I felt that because Zyra's ultimate doesn't really go super well on the offensive, rather than it is on the defensive.
Not the best offensive ult in terms of a disable. Compared to Sona, nothing at all. You use Zyra to be more on the defensive, really.
Right.
And so we are going to be heading into game 2 in a short while. We're going to see the Singapore Sentinels go up against the Saigon Fantastic Five.
All right. So all the best. We'll be right back. Do we have a short commercial break for this?
Yeah, we have a short commercial break so that we can stop talking. And we'll see you guys in a bit. Ciao.
Banana.
I just found out something, but I can't tell you about it.
Okay.
But I know you want to know, right? Come on, you want to know. It's really exciting. I know you want to know.
Okay,
you want to know,
what
right?
is it?
But I can't tell you.
Oh,
You
man.
want my love. Never, ever, ever.
Shut the up.
What's that?
Are you cheating on me?
What? No.
Are you cheating on me?
No.
When do you want us to talk
Are you
about
cheating
the
on me?
art contest?
No.
Are you cheating on me?
No. Okay, fine, I did.
I knew it! Anyway, I heard this place that's pretty good. You want to check it out? I think it's downstairs.
Downstairs?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh wait, is it? Maybe it's upstairs.
What movie do you want to watch tonight?
Anything.
Where do you want to go for holiday?
Anywhere.
Any preferences for breakfast?
Anything.
So, do you want to sleep with me?
No.
Give us 4 minutes.
What type of friend do you like? Oh my god, who's tall and handsome? Joe. Shh.
Aaron, have you seen this report?
Aaron, have you seen this report?
It's not funny.
It's not funny.
I'm being serious here.
Are you serious here?
I'm stupid.
You're stupid.
Why is he sparkling? So who's the bad guy? How come he can turn into a wolf? How come the cars can turn into robots? Eh? I thought he died already.
Can I have some of your chips?
Let me open.
Hello? Sorry, can you speak the louder? The signal no good. Can you hear? Can you hear? Hello? Can you hear? Can you hear?
Oh my god, it's so hot. Wow, banana.
Very funny, huh?
League of Legends is played in 5 versus 5 team combat. Each player controls an individual champion, using its unique abilities to aid allies and destroy enemies. Each team has a base filled with minions, turrets, and most importantly, the Nexus. The first team to push into the enemy base and destroy their Nexus wins the game. Players kill enemy minions, turrets, and champions to acquire gold and experience, growing stronger over the course of the match. Gold purchases powerful items, while experience allows a champion to level up and improve their special abilities. The scoreboard at the top of the screen shows you how many champion kills and how much gold each team has acquired. While these numbers are good indicators of how each team is performing, the only thing that matters is the destruction of the Nexus. No game is truly over until the final seconds.
Jace can do the same thing to her.
Wow, banana.
Elise also very good. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey!
Elise quite nice, yeah. Actually, her kid is damn strong.
Yo, dog! Lock it in! Nice hat!
He's really quite powerful.
Boom! Alright, see you, man. Hey, dude, my hat.
Yeah, they should not say that. It's damn strong, man.
どうぞよろしくお願いします。Hi. Yeah.
One sec.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, nice meeting you.
Nice, you.
Good job on the field. Good job on the field, dude.
Hey, dude. Long time no see. How are you doing? Hey, Julia. Yes? Oh, hey, Elliot.
Hey, Lulua.
Yo, who's that, man?
Yo, pick up the phone. What's up? Yo, where's Foxy?
Yo, Foxy, pick up the phone.
What's up?
Wow, banana.
Yes?
That's it. Cute. Wow, banana.
I just found out something, but I can't tell you about it.
Okay.
But I know you want to know, right? Come on, you want to know. It's really exciting. I know you want to know.
Okay.
You want to know,
what
right?
is it?
But I can't tell you. You want my love. Never, ever, ever.
Shut the up. What's that?
Are you cheating on me?
What? No.
Are you cheating on me?
No.
Are you cheating on me?
No.
Are you cheating on me?
Okay, fine, I did.
I knew it! Anyway, I heard this place that's pretty good. You want to check it out? I think it's downstairs.
Downstairs?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh wait, is it? Maybe it's up.
What movie do you want to watch tonight?
Anything.
Where do you want to go for holiday?
Anywhere.
Any preferences for breakfast?
Anything.
So, do you want to sleep with me?
No.
One time a friend be like, who's tall and handsome, and Joe. Shh.
Aaron, have you seen this report?
Aaron, have you seen this report?
It's not funny.
It's not funny.
I'm being serious here.
Are you serious here?
I'm stupid.
You're stupid.
Why is he sparkling? So who's the bad guy? How come he can turn into a wolf? How come the cars can turn into robots? Eh? I thought he died already.
Can I have some of your chips?
Let me open.
Hello? Sorry, can you speak the louder? The signal no good. Can you hear? Can you hear? Hello? Can you hear? Can you hear?
Oh my god, it's so hot. Wow, banana. Hello guys, welcome back to the GPL 2013 Spring Season. I'm Djehuty and I'm here with Elliot today. And we're on our second match of the night. We're going to be watching the Singapore Sentinels go up against the Saigon Fantastic Five all the way in Vietnam. We're here at the Garena Stadium, and actually right at the front of our stage we've got the Singapore Sentinels playing live.
That's fantastic. So they have their one of the original lineups here today.
Right. So they're not going to be bringing in their newest addition today.
Not yet, but tomorrow, right here at the stadium, they'll also be playing with their newest member.
Right.
And you know, he's no stranger to us actually, who've been in competitive gaming for some time.
Yes, he's quite the name in the competitive gaming circle. He's HY Benedict Han Yong Lim, and he previously made quite the big name for himself in Dota.
Yeah, he was playing, I think, for Team Zen, if I'm not wrong. And now
Team Zenith, right? And he was also in the international.
Right, yeah, he played the international Dota team. And now he's decided to finally move in with the boys from SGS to compete, playing League of Legends as a professional.
So it's going to be quite the new endeavor for him. He'll have some catching up to do because, I mean, he's joined League of Legends a little bit later than the rest.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think that he has it in him to get in there really quickly, and I'm very, very excited to be watching his match tomorrow.
Me too.
I can't wait for it, you know.
It's going to be cool.
I'm at the edge of my seat. Now I'm literally at the edge of my seat. Previously I wasn't, but
now you're literally.
Previously it was just metaphorically, but now it's literally.
I'm quite excited. I read an online, he had a interview.
Right.
And he said, they asked him, what do you think it takes, for you to become professional? And he said, when I stop fail flashing.
That's funny because Saint Vicious never stopped fail flashing, and he's still a professional player.
Yeah, so I think HY got a great career ahead here with the boys in SGS. Gonna be great. So
and
tomorrow.
Something else that's also coming up for everyone in the League of Legends community is this art contest that we're hosting. That Riot is hosting. It's a global art contest, and
so nice.
You guys can head over to our forums, forum.lol.garena.com. You guys can find out about how to take part in it.
Is that, am I seeing correctly, 15,000?
15,000 RP, and they're also giving away this Wacom
the drawing
tablet.
pad.
Yeah, the tablet. It looks crazy cool.
Yeah, so if you guys are art fanatics or you just want to try your luck at, putting your art skills to the test and see whether you can win some RP.
Nobody holds a pen like that.
My art skills, I draw with a giant crayon, all right, like this. Right?
Like this?
Like churning butter, old school style.
I can't imagine you'd be able to make very good art.
My art is fantastic.
Like
that. I'm pretty good. So
pretty good? All right, I'll take your word for it. But anyways, our next match is going to be, we're actually in the Bands and Picks already here.
Wonderful.
SF5 versus SGS. It's not Street Fighter 5, guys.
It's the Saigon
Fantastic 5. And
wonderful.
It's not the Fantastic 4. It's a very, very clever play on words here.
I think they moved some of the older players from the once known as SAJ into here. I know Violet and Egg, they are part of SF5 now, right?
Right.
Violet,
they used to be on the Singapore...
The Saigon Jokers itself. Yeah?
Yeah, sorry.
Right.
I was just going to say they were
Singapore, yeah. So the current bands are Malphite, Blitzcrank, Jarvan, Zyra, Rise, and Evelyn. Now, these to me are not the most typical bands.
Oh,
Jarvan,
they left Kha'Zix open.
They left Kha'Zix open. No one has been picking Kha'Zix, because of the bands.
Wait, what is going on here? Kha'Zix is open and nobody...
No one first picks it.
Yeah.
Well, this is quite a surprise. But looks like SF5 is going for very traditional, and I think a more commonplace champion like Lee Sin.
Lee Sin is still very, very strong in the jungle.
Yeah, he has so much
early game potential there.
Yeah, it's really amazing.
Up on screen there, we have the dashing young Hallelujah, youngest member of Team Singapore Sentinels, giving us that lip bite.
His version of the Snoopy stare is the the Hallelujah.
I don't think that was the Snoopy stare. I think that's the Yum Yum Foxy. It's the lip bite.
The Yum Yum Foxy.
Yeah.
Oh
so
my goodness.
We are going to see SF5 here picking up what could potentially be Graves Tarek, a very, very aggressive lane there, and so difficult to kill,
But now they want the Nunu. And you know what? I've been liking a lot of the Nunu and the Nunu supports these days. He's become really irritating to deal with.
Double Lift in a post recently was talking about how they need to nerf Nunu because he's just so strong.
Beast. The way that they drop the itemization for AD carries, the extra MS and AS from the Blood Boil becomes so much more valuable now.
It is. It is so powerful, and they were talking about how Nunu Caitlyn is so strong because Nunu makes up for all the weaknesses that Caitlyn has.
Yeah, that's
that
right.
mid-game,
That mid-game.
Mid-game is when you kind of drop off. You've got your damage item, but you don't have that much attack speed.
Right.
You don't have crit yet. You don't have your movement speed. And then in comes Nunu, and he basically says, here's all of that stuff that you need to own, and for what cost? For free. For free.
And it's almost permanent because of the cooldown. And let's talk about SGS since Kai Ling's playing today. He's been drafting for them, and let's see the comp. They have the Shen, which is strong. They have that Olaf, who's also been really beastly in the competitive scene. I love Olaf now. So powerful at tagging stuff down, whether it's the top lane or whether it's in the jungle.
And just the ability to go through any CC is so valuable.
Yeah. But SF5, they picked up that Orianna. And when it comes to Orianna, wow, and if they pick up that Maokai as well, it's going to be even better because Orianna does well with catch champions. And in this case, it's Lee Sin and Maokai who can really go right into the front lines with just one of their spells. They don't have to walk there. They fly in like bosses.
But interestingly enough, they've got a jungler in the form of Maokai and Lee Sin at the top lane. So Lee Sin at the top lane is something that we haven't seen in a long time. We've seen Lee Sin in the mid lane, very, very strong there. But in the top lane, he hasn't been that popular.
All right, and now since it's Chowi's pick, the final one for the team.
Who are we going to see in that mid lane?
And
are we going to see
It is that Katarina, which is, I think, a brilliant pick to have, seeing which that the side of SF5, they don't have particularly any single target lockdown spells that are going to be a big issue. For example, they need to use maybe Lee Sin's Dragon Rage to kind of stop it out, or Maokai to save the Arcade Smash for a post-engage, just to stop Katarina's Death Lotus.
Well, the way Katarina works now, though, is
Doesn't
that
really rely on
you
it,
don't
actually.
really have to land that Death Lotus,
anymore.
really. You're just going in. The Death Lotus is a bonus if you can land it, really, because there's enough burst damage between her QW and E spells.
That's true. And,
you'll melt people regardless of whether you land the Death Lotus.
Right, that's very true. All right, so this is the final lineup. This is the final lineup for the game. Fantastic 5 versus Singapore Sentinels. We're going to see Oriana up against the Katarina, probably in that mid lane. Now, I like the Cat versus Ori matchup because Ori has a bit more poke. But when it comes to going in, once that ball is sent out for that command attack, Katarina does have the opportunity to go in and trade for damage.
It is so irritating to fight against a good Katarina because she's going to take advantage of you leaving the balls out there. Well, the minute you let your ball miss, she's just going to jump in on you.
That's right.
And the problem with the main weakness of Oriana is when your command attack is on cooldown and you can't reposition your ball.
Yeah.
And just because how quick Katarina is able to move, she can avoid you very easily. I mean, when she uses her W ability, she gets extra movement speed, and that makes it even easier to avoid the next command attack that you send out.
Wonderful. And you know, speaking of good Katarina players, we all know that Chowi is actually a really great Katarina player. His mechanics are sick. So I'm going to expect a lot from him in this game. In fact, I think SGS's team composition is really nice. They have enough amount of protection to allow Katarina to kind of go in after a hard engage. Olaf is fantastic at going in. Shen can go in. And even Tarek can start those engages with just a stun.
Right.
So overall, I like it.
There's a lot of tankiness in the front line between Tarek, Shen, and Olaf, like you said. So that is good because it allows them to stay in battle longer and get everyone a little bit lower, which is what Katarina needs. She needs a strong front line so that when she goes in there, everybody's a little bit softened up.
She sweeps,
you know, she's the grill, and Darkness, Hallelujah, and Kailing will be the tenderizer for the meat.
Definitely.
SF5, the meat that will be tenderized first by Tarek, Shen, and Olaf before being grilled by Chowi.
Gang, yeah, and that's all.
But of course, let's not forget what is on SF5. I mean, they have a great team composition as well. So very, very strong early game between Gray's great burst damage, the awesome jungling pressure that you're going to see from Maokai. He's just really going to be able to get in there early on with those twisted advances.
Yeah, twisted advance is really powerful because no matter what you do, you are going to get snared. You can flash, you can shumpo away, but it's not going to change the fact that Maokai is going to grab you.
Right. One interesting thing to know though is that Maokai, with the new item, the Runic Bulwark, he can become
so good.
So tanky.
So crazy tank.
There's not that much ability power damage on SGS, but still, Maokai is going to be beastly tank with that item.
That is going to be a small factor. I like the Gray's Nunu composition though because it will allow for them to kind of trade blows one-on-one, and especially when Tarek's stun is down, they can really try to pressure that lane just by trading blows easily. At any case, they will be able to disengage because of the increased movement speed and quick draw that Grace will be able to have overall.
Right.
It's not something that Tarek and as well
he's going to be super strong in the late game because of the double attack speed steroid.
Yes,
I mean, his attack speed will definitely be going above two attacks per second with that combination.
Draw,
between Blood Boil, his quick draw, a Phantom Dancer, even a Static Shift, he'll be very, very
even a
powerful.
Static Shift, yeah, exactly. I love Static Shift, by the way.
I think late game, I do feel like SGS has a stronger build, the team composition.
Right.
But in that early game to mid game, I feel like SF5 has a really nice composition.
You're right, because Olaf in the late game is really mad powerful. is he's going to deal true damage all the time. So it's going to be a big issue.
He's going to be up against a Graves. So after your first quick draw and your flash, there's not much else that you can do to get away from
And Olaf kind of has that perma slow, right? As long as he lands the axes.
Once he lands one axe, that's it.
Yeah,
I mean, he picks that baby up again, and it's like, ooh.
It's off. Yeah. So this is going to be really interesting. I want to see whether SF5 can live up to the sister team, because SAJ did beat SGS last week in the first week of our new season.
Right.
And SF5, I'm sure they trained very hard with their with their partner team.
So let's see if all that training with SAJ has really helped them out here. I'm just going to rearrange stuff now.
Okay.
So you do the talking.
And let's see the opening pings. The opening pings from SF5 have shown that they want to go into the bottom side of their blue buff. They are afraid that they might have come for invade, which is good because SGS does have a very strong level 1. Olaf, Tariq, and Shen, these guys can lock you down easily at level 1. While on the side of SF5, they don't really have that same amount of trade or lockdown, to be honest.
And it's always nice to take away Maokai's blue buff.
Oh yeah, it hurts.
Rely on
it
that.
hurts.
I mean, he can live without it, but it is nice to have it.
Okay, so yeah, they are predicting SGS's movements really well. SGS clustering up underneath their red buff brush.
Interesting. Egg has 6 pots. That means he's gone for some utility masteries.
Oh yeah, gone for that utility.
Beyond what would normally be seen. See what other stats that he has there. He's got no cooldown reduction, so he didn't go.
Oh, I think he's going 1911, 0-1911 for his Maokai. It seems probable because he managed to pick up all those defense stats.
Right.
Yeah.
That could be it.
I have a feeling it's 0-1911. I hope one day they should allow us to see the full mastery build in game. But
right, in game itself, right?
Yeah. But as for now, looks like SGS decides to back off. Going to clear the standard Wolves Blue. Likewise for Maokai. It's going to be a very nice start for them. And the best part I think about the new season is that Maokai clears jungle and sustains inside really well. Just because he doesn't really need that leash traditionally anyway.
Right.
He has great
I mean, with
sustain.
his... he doesn't really use the leash that much.
Yeah. So bottom lane is going to be a very conventional AD bot. No swapping of lanes. This one, Shen, Lee Sin top, Ori, and Cat in the mid lane.
Oh, LY4 already getting very aggressive here. On to Violet, putting down that damage, but the trade there wasn't really in their favor.
It's so hard.
You know what's the reason for that? He's got that Doran's Blade.
Yeah.
No wonder.
Actually, it was really difficult because prior to them engaging in that fight, Violet was already hitting those minions. That means his true grit, the passive, was already building up prior to any sort of harass that LY4 was doing. So obviously the mitigation was going to help him that much more.
That is going to be really, really useful in trades. I mean, that's one of the reasons why you pick up Graves. He's just such a tanky AD carry.
Yeah.
You've got to be careful. If you're not careful, you might realize that he's tankier than he looks.
And here, the best part about that Lee Sin top lane is that Lee Sin is hard to push out. Shen usually pressures those melee champs really well because he can trade and kind of resustain after that. But Lee Sin, on the other hand...
Oh, they're coming in here on Chowie. Chowie's been hit by the Twisted Advance. Manages to Shunpo away. And he's going to be safe from that gank. Didn't have to burn a flash. So ultimately, it was not too bad of a gank there.
It was okay. It was okay. He did manage to put a lot of pressure onto that Katarina and forcing her to burn that health pot. In the current meta, sustain is so important. If you don't have sustain, you're losing really quite a bit of experience, which is now very necessary for you to ramp up your mid game.
Oh, nice pressure there from that first gank has made Chowie lose a little bit of farm here.
And here we go. Hallelujah coming in, popping up their ghost. They're going to try to jump onto Orianna, missing the Undertow by just a bit and popping that flash. But no, still hitting that Undertow once again. Will they go for the dive? Hallelujah goes underneath, throws the axe once again, and it's all up to Chowie to sweep it up. First blood, flashing across with the Shimpo, and a very nice escape there by Chowie.
Wow,
Great play
the
overall.
amount of aggression there was insane. And the fact that Kailing made it all the way there from the bottom lane, he was actually what allowed Chowie to escape from that one with the Shunpo. You have to be a little bit careful though. Egg is hanging around there. And he didn't really manage to find that opening to go for the kill on Chowie, despite his low health.
Wow. And so Egg's going to ping onto Katarina, and I think nothing's going to happen from that.
That was a long, long walk for Kailing.
But it was very nice. They did not give up the pressure, knowing that Hallelujah could you know, take a few hits from the turret.
Right. It was just insane. Like Chowie was so close to dying. All it took was just one more hit, and he managed to get out of there in the nick of time. It looks like Violet and Archie here will... He's not really Archie, he's Archie. He's going to get... They're going to pick up the mini golems there and help them get a little bit of extra gold as LY4 freezes this lane.
You know, they're saying about the double golems, if you're on blue side and you have Nunu, it's actually a really big advantage for you guys because you still clear it very fast while taking minimal damage. Nunu's Consume helps you clear double golems with ease.
Right, and he has picked up that Consume, in fact.
Yeah, it's just so good, really so good.
All right, here we see Olaf coming in at the top lane. Are they going to go for this gank? Darkness starting to put out the damage. The taunt comes in here. He lands that Sonic Wave, but is he going to want a Resonating Strike in there? The Flash gets used.
Oh, and that Safeguard.
There we go with
and that's why Lee Sin is really hard to fight against in the top lane.
He is so slippery there.
Even without those minions, he could have used a ward, and it would have made a difference. Overall, Lee Sin is just such a strong champion on the top lane. When he uses that W, oh, and here comes Egg, helping out with that damage and deterring them from trying to just dogpile on Lee Sin once again.
Yeah, there was a ward put down there, so they had a view of Hallelujah coming in for that second gank.
Right, overall, currently still very good for them. Wave being pushed against Lee Sin at the moment. And you know what? Lee Sin doesn't farm on the turret as well as other champions.
Oh, they know that Maokai is coming in here. They're going in for him. Here starts the chase onto Egg. Egg has that flash up. And they're going to be able to get away from that very quickly.
Burning that flash. It's always worth it as long as you can burn that flash. I think it's still okay. Even if you can't go for those kills, it's the consolation prize which counts.
But look who's moving up here. Kailing comes all the way up to the mid lane just to put down that ward. Give Chowie that extra pressure in the lane by putting down that Wraith ward.
I love
that very, very useful vision.
Yeah, and I love how Sightstone works. It's really helping them so much more. And the double taunt going down. And just nice, the Orianna Shockwave comes in and kind of disrupts Chowie's ultimate, but it will be no of it. Oh my goodness.
The axe from Hallelujah! A beautiful undertow. Max range there, taking out Navy.
And looks like Shen teleports, and they will dive under that turret. Other kill, wow.
Yeah, Chowie picks up a kill on... I have to learn
Orianna,
how to pronounce these names.
TQ.
I'm gonna figure that out in a while.
TQ from now onwards. Since
TQ, yeah, we'll call him TQ. Orianna, TQ.
But really, that was a brilliant play.
So good. That undertow was so clutch.
So clutch.
Blind as well, into the darkness.
So in the bottom lane though, that Graves and Nunu is actually doing pretty well at the moment. They are out farming Ezreal by quite a bit.
That is to be expected though, because Ezreal has been alone in that lane, 2v1 for a large amount of time. We've seen Kailing move around the map quite often, quite frequently, and it's a great thing because he's got that Sightstone, and the more wards that you plant down with that Sightstone, the more worth it becomes. And
absolutely,
we've seen the calculations on Sightstone. If you start out early planting those wards, making use of the vision that you get out of it, it actually provides you more gold and utility than a Philosopher's Stone.
Right. So it's gonna take a bit of a gank on that bot lane. If not, Grace will be able to continue this pressure alongside Nunu. It's just really not the best thing to do. And here Na'Vi and Darkness going toe-to-toe. Coming in with that taunt.
Trade with him, despite Darkness being up one level. I don't think that's the best trade for him.
It was okay considering the fact that the creep wave was being pushed against Darkness.
Right.
So it made him, not be able to stale that lane out for too long. But in terms of taking
it looks
damage,
like he's going to be able to farm pretty easily still.
yeah, as Shen, you're pretty much safe. It looks like Hallelujah managed to pick up a kill, but we weren't able to see that on live cam.
Wow, he picked up a kill all the way here behind the mini golems.
That Hallelujah, making the score 5-0. And I have to say, a lot of it has to be awarded to his gangs. His gangs have been really up top.
And they are going to go for the dragon here. Because of that kill onto Maokai, they created this opening. No smite, no threat of a smite steal, really. Navy here making good use of the fact that the lane was pushed up to steal the mini golems. Is he going to just take one? Or
yeah, he's going to be scum. He's going to
leave an orphan. A scumbag Navy there.
Making golems with motherless.
Motherless golems.
My goodness. So, top lane of darkness being a very good amount of farm. Here it's going to be a 2v1.
Oh, he didn't manage to land the Dragon's Rage. He got taunted instead.
Oh my goodness, and then that shockwave kind of saved him by throwing him just a bit further back.
Just bad coordination from that. You could see that he wanted to flash ahead and use the Dragon's Rage.
But he got taunted.
Back, but
yeah.
he got taunted, yeah.
He got taunted, which overall is a great one.
And
here,
at the mid lane, they pick up another kill on Egg. Egg does not seem to be having a good day today.
He can't be. He can't be.
3 deaths right now. Highest deaths on the team.
Egg has been having a very hard time in that jungle, and you don't see this too often anymore, but he has to pick up that Philosopher's Stone simply because he is not doing well. I've hardly seen junglers run Philosopher's Stone anymore ever since they have those new items like the Spectral, Spirit of the Spectral Golem and whatnot.
The what?
All the Spectral...
The Spirit of
Spirits, yeah. Like the Red Elder Lizards, of the Greater Wraith and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really see... Well, Philosopher's Stone still works out. I mean, what I would normally see though is the Aegis of the Legion these days.
The Aegis of the
Legion has just become such
the better.
An almost core item on all junglers.
Which is sad because he has to go for that Philosopher's Stone basically because he's not clearing his jungle fast enough and he's not getting those assists or kills in those lanes. He's at 0-3-0, which is a big issue for Maokai, who is an early to mid-game jungler.
It's because they nerfed Shurelia's Revelry, I think.
That too.
They kind of stopped building Philosopher's Stone into Shurelia's as often. But it still has its uses. But really, the nerf to Shurelia's kind of forced the junglers to think about whether picking up Philostone was worth it.
For sure,
And now there's no more Heart of Gold, of course, which used to be another mandatory item on junglers.
Oh, yeah. I know, Heart of Gold, I miss it. Really miss it. So in the bottom lane now, LY4 picking up some really core items. He has that Sheen. And Sheen can build into 2 ways. He can still go for the Trid Force, which is not the recommended, but he can get that Iceborne Gauntlet, which we saw was pretty beast in Game 1 today. And of course, the BF Sword just means his output's going to be there. A lot of a common mistake is that people just get that Iceborne Gauntlet off the bat, but they suffer in terms of damage and they can't trade because of it.
Yeah, if you pick up that Iceborne first thing, you're definitely not going to have an easy time trading. They're going to go in on TQ here. Manages to flash away. Egg deciding whether or not to go for that Twisted Advance. Lee Sin here coming in on Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Going to pop that Ragnarok. And turn around as Shen comes in here. Chowie managed to pick up the kill on Orianna. Out of nowhere, Egg is so low right now. If Chowie manages to get the assist on this, he's going to have the cooldowns up to take out Navy here.
No.
But Navy will escape, and Darkness is going to just tank a couple of more hits there to allow Chowie to escape out of that one unscathed.
Well, that was overall very nice play there. It became from what seemed to be a 2v2. Shen came in, and of course, Chowie managed to get a free kill off Orianna even before the fight began. So
and the ult wasn't
so
used on Orianna. You see that she still has that cooldown out. The command Shockwave.
Yep.
Oh, big fight going down at the bottom lane. We see Archie coming in. He's going to slow down LY4 enough for Violet to put down some damage on him, but not enough to kill him. And right now, he himself is in trouble. Oh, Violet turning around to come help his friend, but he's going to... Oh, no, the undertow misses into the brush. Ezreal
oh my goodness, LY4 comes back in. LY4 not abandoning that team fight as waiting for the right moment to arcane shift, throw that Mystic Shot, and get that kill. Looks like the score is so much in SGS's favor at the moment. It's 0-10. And really, this is closest to a clean sweep that we've seen so far in this season.
Goal lead here of 5,000 gold and just growing.
It's growing, and it's like 14.5 minutes. This is a fantastic start against the Fantastic Five.
A fantastic start. The puns, dude. The puns.
Yeah, the puns. Too high.
Too good.
So, and that's the thing. Even with Shen going out of lane, they don't really have an answer to it because Lee Sin doesn't side push like the best out of all the champions, you know?
No,
he is pretty slow at clearing those waves.
It's not a split pusher, that's for sure.
So yeah, that's a big issue. Of course, TQ in the mid lane, not being able to handle Oriana as, not able to handle Katarina as well. She has snowballed those items, picking up that Haunting guys, and now having that Large Rod. Large Rod is so economical now in Season 3.
Just look at Darkness trading with Navy there. He's got the level advantage, and with that Sunfire Cape,
and here we go.
Very, very tanky ability there. Oh, they're going in for Navy. Chowie just getting in behind there, using that Sinister Steel to clear up the wave really quickly. But we're going to see Oriana, TQ, and Navy coming in to try to stop this one. They have that Shockwave. They don't use it, though.
Not at all. It's a 3v2 in the top lane. Seemingly it's a 3v2 in the top lane.
Oh.
And here comes Hallelujah. And all that damage, all that tankiness, they're going to try to poke away from that turret.
This is getting dangerous because Oriana is running a little bit low on mana here. She's just got enough for that one combo. There is a ward there in the brush, so SGS.
They are just zoning them out and making them wait under their own turret. Here we go, Hallelujah jumping in. He's going to tank a few of those turret hits and not going to be deterred by that shockwave. And guess what? He maxes out of life here with a sliver of health.
20 health, 20 health, just so brilliant.
What a boss. What a boss.
Like a boss. He forced Oriana to use that distance. He was like, you don't use it now, you die.
You die.
You decide right now whether you want to live or not, woman.
And he was not even affected by the shockwave. That was the thing. The shockwave could not pull him in. He just walked away. And that was the best day of his life, really. Hallelujah, making the great amount of plays in this game today.
Oh, Kai Ling with a great
flashing
flash
across.
Here. It's caught Violet out. Almost did enough damage to burst down LY4, but not enough here. 15-0.
How is 15-0 looking for you? It looks fantastic on my screen. I think SF5 must be feeling pretty behind right now. It's so hard to make a comeback play when you are more than 10,000, about 10,000 goal away.
9,000 goal
minutes.
right now.
Once they take this, 10,000 flat for sure. And, oh wow. And there you go, 17 minutes. And to get that far, it reminds me of that TPA game last week where they got that far in that short amount of time as well. It's pretty sick. It's really pretty sick.
Oh my goodness, Chowie under the turret. No respect at all for TQ here.
It's just crazy. The thing is that he's picked up that Rabadon's Death Cap alongside a Haunting Guys, and Haunting Guys is an economical item.
Oh, they're going for Egg here. Egg has to be careful. But has SGS overextended here? Chowie gonna get the shield from Shen. Are they gonna go back in there? I think they might have to be careful. They may have that huge lead, but they're still not unstoppable. It is only Kai, the unstoppable Force Link, who is truly unstoppable. Chowie getting kicked away there. He will finally get shut down by Lee Sin. It seems like the rest of the team, though, will get driven back here by LY4 and Darkness. But they did get a little bit zealous there, overzealous, really. Navy's going to get caught out here. He's been hit by the taunt. He's going to try to flash away, but the exhaust there will keep him firmly in the grasp of Darkness, LY4, and Kai Ling.
So that is 118. Lee Sin managed to get a kill onto Katarina, so Chowie will be the first death of the game for the Singapore Sentinels.
And quite unacceptable, really. Chowie just feeding the enemy team here, accounting for every single death.
100% of the deaths from Chowie in this match.
I know, right? I mean, like, very irresponsible player. He's got the most deaths on the team. He should feel bad about himself.
I guess he'll be buying dinner. So right now, the score, 32.5K. It's still a massive, whopping lead here for the side of the Singapore Sentinels. Darkness is so fat, and I think he's going to pick up that Warmogg's armor. Because once he does, it's going to be easy dive fests underneath those turrets.
between Warmogs and that Sunfire Cape, the towers are basically not going to mean anything to him.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt. And Hallelujah, look at those eyes on Hallelujah as well. He has the, that one I was talking about, the spirit, yes, of the ancient golem.
Ancient golem.
And that
what
makes
it
him so
does
good.
is it's the tanky one.
Yeah.
It gives you the health.
It gives you health, and Olaf does great with health since...
Oh, they've turned around here onto Chowie. Chowie got hit by that shockwave, managed to get around behind Navy, managed to dodge the sonic wave. The stun comes down onto Navy. Navy's getting pretty low on health here, but Chowie doesn't manage to get any kills or assists just yet, so he hasn't been able to trigger that passive of his. Oh my goodness, Navy, what are you doing? Going up against that damage from Chowie. Chowie's got that reset right now. He's going to be able to come in here. Are we going to see the kills? Chowie getting the double kill. Darkness here, turning around, turning his attention to Archie.
And I guess now, you know...
They're going to try to chase him down.
Nope, I think it's not going to be successful. Oh, wow, will the ultimate come in? Oh my goodness, the clutch save there by Shed, coming in for that taunt.
20
Wonderful.
health. I wanted to get a look at the health that...
And it looks like LY4 will be able to take out Nunu on the other side. And the chase is on. The chase is on. Darkness here fighting against Vile one-on-one. One is out of mana, one's on energy.
I have to say, pretty decent kiting here by Violet. Nice use of the...
Those warlords don't give up, do they?
Oh no. He goes down.
Well,
Darkness is dominating.
I guess this is really... It's really good for SGS because now he can split the burden of who has the most number of deaths.
It is. Right now it's between Chowie and Hallelujah. Two of...
so both of them now being the burdens of their team.
Play, yeah.
Yeah.
Between the two of them, they've got 50% of the team's deaths each.
Wow. What is going on?
But look at how fat
Chowie is
right 8.1k. But Ezreal here, topping even that with a whooping 8.8k goal.
Simply fantastic.
So rich right now.
And now I think they're going to go for that Baron buff, which I think is the greatest call to make right now. You take that Baron buff, what you do is that you open up the window of opportunity to make those dive plays even less riskier.
Elliot, the windows are wide open right now. I think right now both front doors are open for SGS with this lead of 23-2. Basically, SF5 has opened everything that they can.
The no holes barred approach. And they're going to just rush that mid lane. Chowie, all I'm saying is that, you know, with Baron buff, you don't have to be afraid of going under the turret and paying a hefty price. You're never going to have that kind of weird moment. You're like,
it's so tough for SF5 to come back from this one because Hallelujah is, at this point, so fat. He can just charge in there and shut down anyone that he chooses to focus his attention on.
Right now, he's going to just walk in, harass a bit, show some presence.
All he has to do is turn on that Ragnarok and whoever he wants dead will be dead. Or at the very least, that person's going to spend the entire fight running away. In he goes. He's decided that TQ is going to be his target of choice. And he's going to back up there. Doesn't want to tank those double Nexus turrets. In comes Darkness with the taunt. Chowie's going to jump in there. He's taking a lot of damage. He gets shut down. In comes the True Shot Barrage. Almost taking down Egg. Doesn't quite do it there. Archie gets taken out. Graves gets taken out. And that's going to be a double kill for Hallelujah. And things are just looking bleak here for SF5. The only one left alive is Egg. Inhibitor goes down. There's a nice wave here. And only one champion alive for SF5.
And it's Maokai.
Be able to finish this off. You can see Darkness is just tanking his way through those turrets. Health regen of 166 every 5 seconds.
And this is it. I think this will be the game ender here. Na'Vi won't be able to do much against this torrent of damage. What can the boys do? What can the boys do which has not already been done?
Oh, the damage from that key strike. Is he Na'Vi or Navy?
I don't know. It looks like Navy to me.
But you keep calling him Na'Vi.
I think Na'Vi. Oh my goodness.
He's not blue though.
He isn't. He isn't.
How did that work? He taunted him and then...
And he still quick draw away.
Yeah.
Bug.
So that
Sometimes
is it. The Singapore Sentinels here with a fantastic job against the Saigon Fantastic Five. Wow. I keep saying that. The fantastic puns.
The fantastic puns.
Fantastic puns.
So that was game 2 for tonight. Don't go anywhere. We still have game 3, where it's going to be the Taipei Assassins taking on AHQ Esports Club.
That will be kind of a battle of old friends. I mean,
yeah,
they
it is a battle of old friends.
each other quite often. These two teams, they're both from Taiwan.
They made it to the finals already for the regionals.
Like I said,
World
I love watching teams that are familiar with each other.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's just gonna be so good because they know each other's patterns. At the same time, they want to try to pull something new out of their sleeve to kind of get the upper hand. Or they could just practice, some of their older strategies or things they want to form up against strong opponents. Right. Everyone knows that TPA are the world champions at the moment.
They are. These guys are so strong. So here we have the victors, Darkness here.
Darkness, well, smiling.
Smile, wave with the charming wave.
So this was tonight's team. Hallelujah, really the man of the match, I would have to say, for SGS. He was going around and just diving turrets like a man.
He was the catalyst for all
the
of
brains,
that snowballing.
The brains.
Kai, the unstoppable force, Ling, and Mr. Good-looking LY4. So we are going to be coming back for TPA against AHQ Esports Club. We'll be right back with more GPL action. Stick around, guys. We'll see you in a bit.
Banana.
I just found out something, but I can't tell you about it.
Okay.
But I know you want to know, right? Come on, you want to know. It's really exciting. I know you want to know.
Okay.
You want to know, right? But I can't tell you. You want my love. Never, ever.
Shut the up. What's that?
Are you cheating on me?
What? No.
Are you cheating on me?
No.
Are you cheating on me?
No.
Are you cheating on me?
Okay, fine, I did.
I knew it! Anyway, I heard this place that's pretty good. You want to check it out? I think it's downstairs.
Downstairs?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh wait, is it? Maybe it's upstairs.
What movie do you want to watch tonight?
Anything.
Where do you want to go for holiday?
Anywhere.
Any preferences for breakfast?
Anything.
So, do you want to sleep with me?
No.
What type of friend do you like? I like a man who is tall and handsome and Joe. Shh.
Aaron, have you seen this report?
Aaron, have you seen this report?
It's not funny.
It's not funny.
I'm being serious here.
Are you serious here?
I'm stupid.
You're stupid.
Why is he sparkling? So who's the bad guy? How come he can turn into a wolf? How come the cars can turn into robots? Eh? I thought he died already.
Can I have some of your chips?
Let me open.
Hello? Sorry, can you speak the louder? The signal no good. Can you hear? Can you hear? Hello? Can you hear? Can you hear?
Oh my god, it's so hot.
Wow, banana. have been slain.
First blood.
Oh my god, what the hell? Oh my god, what the hell?
Oh my god, what the hell? Alamak, bang! Why dice yun?
What the hell?
Oh bother, you uncivilized buffoons.
Walao eh, sibei jalat. Walao eh, sibei jalat.
Well, how?
Bang, you're playing damn teruk, you know. Tanvi, what the hell? You're so bad at this.
The hello. What the hell are you doing?
This technology is so stupid.
I hate my life. Yes, save the carry. Where the f***'s my support? Ciao. Like, comment, and subscribe to win and check out our other videos. Next week, we have something really special coming out, so make sure you stay tuned. Sign up now at facebook.com/Djehuty and win a free
League of Legends is played in 5 versus 5 team combat. Each player controls an individual champion, using its unique abilities to aid allies and destroy enemies. Each team has a base filled with minions, turrets, and most importantly, the Nexus. The first team to push into the enemy base and destroy their Nexus wins the game. Players kill enemy minions, turrets, and champions to acquire gold and experience, growing stronger over the course of the match. Gold purchases powerful items, while experience allows a champion to level up and improve their special abilities. The scoreboard at the top of the screen shows you how many champion kills and how much gold each team has acquired. While these numbers are good indicators of how each team is performing, the only thing that matters is the destruction of the Nexus. No game is truly over until the final seconds.
Damn, need to charge my headphones.
Ah, no battery!
Oh, the batteries. Yeah, Mom, I'll be down for dinner in a minute.
Oh, stupid comm is so laggy. Oh.
Damn it, I'm lagging again. Dude, can you stop downloading? I'm playing here. Making the internet slow.
DC, oh my god, I was owning.
Oh, great, DC. Who changed my mouse sensitivity?
Why is my mouse so sensitive?
Who changed my key bindings? Shit, what's my password?
What's my password?
Why do I always get noobs on my team?
Why do I always have noobs on my team?
Come on.
Oh my god, these people are so noob. Even my grandma can play better than you guys.
Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, hello? Baby, yeah?
No, I'm working. I'm busy working.
I'm in the kitchen.
No, I'm playing games at all.
I'm making sandwiches.
I'll call you back later. No, it's important. I'm really busy right now.
Very busy. Can I call you back later?
Yes, finally got time to play. Patch. Oh.
What? Updating again?
I just patched this yesterday.
Why is this thing always updating? Oh, this mouse is so hard to use. I want to use my controller.
Why can't I use a keyboard and mouse? What the hell? Go that way. The other way.
Hey, jump over there. So lousy.
No, where are you going? Oh my god.
Oh my god, kill that. Faster.
The other left. Where are you going? Oh,
Press these. Oh my god, you're so bad at this.
oh my god, I need to pee. Oh. Okay, oh.
Oh, what are you doing? I'm so thirsty.
Banana. Hey bro, what are you guys queuing for?
Don't know, just queue lah.
Quite long, huh? Must be good, huh?
Hey, hang on, got seat. Chop first, chop first. Hey, that one's my seat ah.
Why? What do you mean your seat?
You never see I chop with tissue box, meh?
Chop, see me.
What? This is I chop one eh. This is my seat oh.
Don't you like this? I'm gonna stomp you, huh?
Oh yeah, you stomp me. You think I scared? Is it?
Yeah.
Stomp ah.
Storm.
Can we eat yet? I'm so hungry.
Dinner leh?
I don't know leh.
Choose a place lah.
Never mind lah.
Biang leh.
Anywhere lor.
Cow.
I bought this phone yesterday. It's awesome. This phone is LCD, is 3% brighter than my previous phone, and it comes with 50 different shades of grey. The battery life lasts 5 minutes more.
Where can I get one?
Oi, donate. Oi, donate lah, charity. $1 only? Donate some lah. Donate more lah. 50 cents only.
Hey bro, which camp you from You got try the new combat ration or? Damn nice yeah. I know a sure way kena PES E one. Walao, I tell guy duty on Christmas yeah.
Aiyo, tell me about it, man. I kena Chinese New Year last time.
Why can't I be like Auntie Lydia's daughter? 35 already, still no baby. Uncle Ben's son can tie the cherry stem with his tongue.
Hey bro, damn hungry lah.
Hey, we go Geylang eat fish lah.
Hey bro, damn horny lah.
We go Geylang eat fish lah.
Wow, banana. Oh my god, I didn't put your shirt right now. Hello.
Hi.
Well, that was the Yum Yum Foxy. That's the new move.
I did it pretty well. I did it pretty well. So welcome back to the GPL 2013 Spring Season Week 2.
Right.
What a mouthful. And we are down to our final game today for day 1. And that's going to be TPA versus AHQ Esports Club. That's right. Wow.
AHQ Esports. It's quite the mouthful.
It is quite the mouthful.
Just HQ though. We just call them HQ. Yeah,
so this is the third game for day 1. And it's really, like we were saying earlier, a battle of old friends, you know. These guys have competed in that scene in Taiwan for a really long time.
I'm sure they practice against each other as well in a couple of scrims. So these guys probably know the ins and outs of each other's styles. And that really brings out the best in you. You're going to be able to exploit the weaknesses of your opponent and at the same time play to your strengths.
In fact, I think that's to TPA's advantage here because unlike the other teams in GPL, they don't really know where AHQ comes from. They don't know what some of the strategies that they usually put out.
Right.
So TPA has some background information about their formation, how they've been doing in tournaments, and probably have seen their games against other local Taiwanese teams as well.
Right. So that is going to be, like you said, an advantage. Yeah. So we'll see how that plays out, whether or not they're going to be able to take advantage of that. Right now, though, if I had to put my money on any team, I do have to say that TPA has my money.
They have this thing on the neck. Oh, yeah, that's right, World Champions.
World
yeah,
Champions,
right.
Season 2 World Champions, only the World Champions. I mean, what does that mean? They just beaten every other team in the world. But then again, I don't know. AHQ's performance last week against SGS didn't really impress me that much. I mean, I feel like AHQ is a very, very strong team mechanically, but it wasn't that great in terms of strategy. Their game plan wasn't executed very well.
One of the issues that they are facing. But you know, speaking of these competitive teams, tomorrow I think I think we saw.
Yes, yesterday. Tomorrow there will be an extremely exciting event happening. It'll be the debut of the new Singapore Sentinels player, HYHY.
Yeah, HY.
And we actually did see a trailer of him back there.
Yeah,
I mean, if all of you guys were too focused on the sexy lady biting her lip, there was actually a player being introduced, HYHY.
Is it a trend that we add in handsome guys into the Singapore Sentinels? Because it looks like it's...
We've got a couple of good lookers in there, don't we?
We've got a bunch of good lookers. I mean, not that I personally think they're good lookers, but I'm sure generally people think they're good lookers. Not me, you know, I just have to say.
I think the best looking is Kai, the unstoppable Force Ling.
He's so dreamy. He's so dreamy.
So dreamy.
Yeah. Yeah.
If only I were a woman, I would be his.
If only.
Damn.
If only. So
had to be born a man.
Had to be born a man. That's the sad part. Oh man, NS and all. And of course, we're having a concurrent competition going at the same time. It is the art contest.
Oh, this is awesome. You know, there's so much stuff to be won. 15,000 RP.
Yeah.
Just imagine what you could buy with that. You could buy 15,000 RP worth of stuff.
Oh my goodness, I mean, no way. And just now, although we saw color pencils on
color
that,
pencils.
you don't just have to use color pencils. Yeah, you use a ton of stuff.
In fact, it might be easier to win if you work with other mediums.
Yeah, paint.
But I don't know. I've seen some pretty badass watercolor stuff.
Yeah,
you know how when you're a kid and your mom buys you watercolor and you go like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make some art with this, and then you actually start using those watercolor pencils and you start realizing like, damn, it's pretty difficult to use these things, and you can't seem to get what they have on those Faber-Castell boxes.
Yeah, they have the picture there.
On the Faber-Castell boxes, they have these awesome pieces of artwork.
Like of knights and swans
and then
whatnot.
you try it out yourself, and then you add the water, and it just looks like somebody vomited on your artwork.
Yeah, you realize that you're actually bad at it.
Yeah.
And that's why I turned to gaming.
Right, I know, right?
So anyway, we're into the game, the bans and picks proper. So let's switch over to that screen and see what AHQ is going to start with their opening ban.
AHQ up against the Taipei Assassins.
So TPA has a ton of things they can ban out, but they're going to start with that Kale opening. Last week, I think we saw Toys play that mid lane Kale.
Oh,
and it was a beast.
Yes,
it was a beast. He played hybrid Kale, and the damage output, sick. Ultimate,
Kale
great.
Is pretty strong in the mid lane now with the new items that they have available.
Especially, tons of items are actually really good on her. You can play with some stuff. I've seen Zephyrs being thrown on her. Just a whole lot of things. Even Ice Bomb Gauntlet is viable on her, which can be pretty insane.
Are they going to leave Kha'Zix open? We saw Kha'Zix left open
previous game
in the last game and not picked up.
Yeah.
So that was pretty interesting. Lee Sin gets banned out here. It just seems like no matter what, people are going to ban Lee Sin.
It's so strong. He's mobile. He can ramp up some damage if he's a laner. And even if he's in the jungle, gangs. The gangs.
The gangs.
Yeah.
Are we going to see Elise, Kha'Zix? These are still very, very strong champions that are open and out there. Nidalee, of course, is still open as well. We've seen Stanley play a lot of Nidalee. So these are a couple of things that, there we go, Elise gets shut down.
Yeah, the Elise gets shut down.
So that isn't too surprising. Elise is really, really strong here.
It's all mad up to TPA because AHQ gets the first pick.
Kha'Zix, my bet is on a Kha'Zix ban. What are you thinking?
Well, I was thinking Kha'Zix as well, but at this point in time, there's still so many things on the table which I think TPA might not want to deal with. You know, oh wait, Olaf is taken out. But you still have stuff like Jace, which can be pretty irritating in team fights.
Blitzcrank. Kha'Zix is left open here.
Wow.
Our AHQ going to go for the first pick on Kha'Zix.
If they don't lock in that Kha'Zix, I'm going to be surprised. I think TPA might pick it up. Toys has been actually experimenting a lot in that mid lane. And you know what? Who says I'm not right? Yes, that Kha'Zix will be locked in instantaneously. They were like, I want this bad enough.
Are they going to go mid lane Kha'Zix? That's what I want to see.
I'm almost certain it's going to be a mid lane Kha'Zix because right now, Kha'Zix has a crazy roam. From mid, you can go top, you can go bottom, and if you max at W, ganks are just so much easier. You know what I'm saying? It's
well, it looks like they want to go for a global team composition here on AHQ between Shen and Twisted Fate. But we did see Nidalee being used by SAJ to punish Shen on the Bangkok Titans.
And
Are they going to do that the same way here on TPA or not? They're going to go for Ezreal, Taric, and Maokai.
Okay, so
super strong ganks there.
The top lane is still open for choice for the side of TPA. Well, currently, looking at AHQ Esports, they have that very mid-game advantage because they will be able to teleport across the map. The mid-game damage is looking pretty strong, especially if you have a champ like Lulu, which they insta-locked already. Making those dives seems less risky when you have Lulu on your team.
Very, very good. But I feel like TPA has crazy burst and catch potential.
They do have crazy burst.
Like within each lane, there's just so much burst potential. Taric, very bursty support, paired up, and with that stun of his, great catch as well.
I have a feeling.
I feel like within the lanes, there's just a lot of power for TPA.
There is a lot of power in the lanes. I can just imagine Kha'Zix and Maokai in the mid lane. They can make some really bursty damage plays early on, and it's going to be very hard for Twisted Fate, who has no natural escapes, to kind of drop off that clutch.
Twisted Fate and Misfortune are going to have trouble dealing with this team composition. They have a lot to watch out for in terms of getting jumped on. Whereas for Ezreal, I think that he's going to be perfectly fine weaving in and out of the fight.
There we go. That counter pick, or so we think it's a counter pick, Nidalee.
Right.
They finally locked it in.
I think that Nidalee, with what we saw being done by SAJ, worked really well against.
Right. It kind of punishes Shen for leaving his lane. Standing united with someone else might leave your lane vulnerable, and Nidalee pushes so well and easily. Not to mention that when she heals up with that Primal Surge, increased attack speed for a good amount of time, allows her to just beat down those turrets.
But of course, Lulu is there. One thing that Lulu is great for in these global comps is, like you were saying, those dives. Tower dives become a lot easier when you've got Lulu around, because she's just going to, first of all, she gives you that health, that additional health to survive the tower dive. And on top of that, there's that one more bit of CC. You know, you're going to toss them up with the, say you get the taunt up, you get the taunt, and then after that you get the Lulu out. It's just so much CC that you have to live through, that knock up. And the slow as well, following up. I mean, when you use the Lulu out, you get the AoE slow, and there's just so many things that you can do.
And that's exactly it, because you can't, usually you can kite under the turret,
right.
But with that slow aura, no way you're going to be able to kite under the turret. You're going to get those kills quick and fast, and then you get out. So really nice to see Lulu and Misfortune in that team, alongside people like Jarvan and Shen. So you're going to see that dunk fest once again with Shen going under the turrets. He has a natural shield. He has an armor increase when he drops that Damacian standard. All is good with turrets with this guy. Yeah.
The other thing that they have going for them up against these turrets is that one of the points that I've heard brought up recently was that Lulu is great for protecting your AD carry when you want to take down a turret. Because the glitter lance, the glitter lance basically just prevents the enemy team from chasing you.
Yeah, 80%.
If the enemy team's coming at you straight in a line, you know, and you land that glitter lance, you can really get away and disengage easily. So having that glitter lance allows Misfortune to actually play a little bit safer, feel a little bit safer when she's pushing down turrets. Because she can be sure that when the enemy comes, they'll be significantly slowed.
The feeling, the feeling of being safe. I like that. It makes your gameplay much better.
Lulu keeps you safe like diapers.
And speaking of diapers, looks like TPA's Stanley is going to pick up that barrier, which is really just a protection zone for you
It's like a diaper all over your body.
It really protects you all over, and I like it because right here, I don't know if it's a preempt or whatever, but Pride playing Shen against that top lane, he's going for Ignite. And Ignite isn't going to do much against that Nidalee who has that barrier. Barrier shields a good amount of health.
I'm guessing that Nidalee with barrier is just going to be unkillable at top lane.
Yeah, it's going to be really annoying to fight against her, for sure.
I mean, it's 115 at level 1.
Base, fantastic.
Wow.
Fantastic.
That's like a nice chunk of your health there.
I think watching that Kha'Zix mid, that's going to be one of the big playmakers, I feel. Because Kha'Zix is the one that has that very strong poke with that W. When he has that Void Spike, it's going to make a lot of those plays happen. You're going to be slowing for a big chunk of damage not to boot as well. And once you land it nice enough, your team will be able to go in for an all-out like onslaught.
And this is a poke composition here for TPA going up against the hard engages AHQ. So this is the classic black and white team composition that we've seen so often. One team wants to get in there in your face just to bash it up. And on the other side, we've got TPA. They want to keep moving backwards, throwing those spears, using those spikes, and just staying away.
Yeah, I always
playing
remember
the keep away game.
I always remember that the start of this was a very N5, with Moscow 5 versus the CLG, ex-CLG EU, where it first came apparent that poke comps were very viable against M5's very pressurized kind of onslaught builds. And CLG EU, at the end of it all, they managed to pull through in one of those most epic games of all time.
But I think that how AHQ has to win this game is by taking advantage of their globals, using that super powerful dive ability that they have with Lulu and her wild growth. If they can take advantage of that, if they can dive in on TPA, get those early kills, coordinate, make sure they don't get counter-ganked, they have a very, very strong chance here because the poke comp suffers in the early to mid game before teams start grouping up, before you've got your items up, before you get the amount of mana sustained that you need to be able to continue that poke. Because if you're a poke comp and you don't have much mana, you don't have control of your blue buffs, you're not going to be having an easy time. You need to have those things. You need to build up your mana regen items, and you need to have control of the blue buff, especially for someone like Kha'Zix, I feel.
Yeah, Kha'Zix, the base mana cost for that W is about 100 already, and he doesn't scale very well leveling with mana. So that has always been an issue. And you're right to point out that blue buff is going to be quintessential to his gameplay.
So AHQ has to play that aggressive early game. I foresee that we're going to have an exciting game here as AHQ tries to push for that advantage. And Underworld Twisted Fate is my favorite skin. I just have to say that.
It's just very cool, right? The ghost stuff.
Just check out those pauldrons.
All right, so this is it. Early pings have been dropped, and I do feel, yes, once again, they are going to move in for that guard on the blue buff. I don't think it's going to be invade from the side of AHQ, simply because TPA, they have so much early output relative to the rest.
Oh, nice.
Free goal,
one there by AHQ, taking out that ward.
Free goal.
They have good vision here already of TPA. They know exactly where they are. See them.
But they did drop the Explorer's ward, so it wasn't that bad. It was just the free ward that they got. I think AHQ, yeah, AHQ managed to get that free ward.
All right. Well, Dinter here, Emerald Taric. Not as fabulous as a regular Taric.
Arm of the 5th age, Taric, man. Yeah, Arm of the 5th age, man.
But you know what? He blends in with the brush.
So that's a bit of a tactical decision here.
No, it's not tactical. It's always about fashion with Taric. It's a fashion statement. Green on green.
Oh, and it looks like HQ's going to make the advance and get spotted by the bush right here. And that kind of just spoils the entire plan altogether.
A little bit. I think everybody must be going like, Mr. Albus, what were you doing?
Do not check the bushes for those traps. And here Dinter and BB, they are being really, really nasty. They're going to go and steal that double golem. This is really, really a nice play, and I like the kind of risk they're taking. It's not overly zealous in any way. It was very safe because they saw that Bushwhack hit and spotted out all 4 of the team.
Right. So there is going to be a lane swap here. They don't want Shen to get dominated like he did in the last match.
Nice choice here by AHQ to do as such. The question is, when it comes to those lane swaps, it's usually to punish the solo laner. But whichever solo laner can get the most amount of farm, he will come out on top in the mid game.
So Nidalee is not going to be able to have an easy time getting those last hits under turret. I feel like, I think the misfortune Lulu lane here, wow, they're being so aggressive here. They're going in for TPA, Little Balls. Nice counter jungle here by Garnet Devil, smiting away that red buff. Little Balls is, for once, not the leader of his jungle.
Well, I guess this is what we were talking about when we said that they know each other's patterns and what they should do. And the small issues like that, you know, with Little Balls getting hit hard in the early game,
right,
is not a big surprise. Or at least it shouldn't come as a big surprise for us.
I really like, I think that AHQ swapping up this top and bottom lane is in their advantage. Because like I said, Lulu allows you to push that turret with less fear of reprisal because of that glitter lance. And because of that, we're going to see the swap here. You see, even TPA feels that this lane is not as advantageous to them as having it the other way around. We're going to see BB and Little Balls coming up to the top lane.
It's a very quick response here by TPA to kind of switch it back up once again. And this is what happens when you are the world champions. You guys know the strategies. Making those calls are quick and decisive.
And it's going to be TPA that loses out a bit here on this huge wave at the bottom lane that they're going to be missing out on soon, because Shen here, he's only got one wave to lose out on, whereas here at the bottom, Nidalee is going to be losing out on 2, maybe 3 waves, depending on how quickly she can get there and how well Mr. Albus and his good friend Green Tea are going to be able to zone.
I think so far they're my favorite duo in the bot lane, simply because of their name.
Mr. Albus and Green Tea. Yes,
Green Tea,
fantastic name combination. We're going to see Little Balls trying to come in here. May be able to get behind Artie, but Artie is smart. He's going to get out of there. Nice warding, is able to spot Garnet Devil. They're going in for that tower dive. They want to go for that kill. Oh, but Stanley is more than ready. He is, however, going to give up his turret because of this. Oh, getting that knock up. Stanley has his flash, still has his barrier up. They're just going to chase him away, and he's going to lose a lot. A huge amount of CS here. And things are just looking tough for him. Oh, that double up. So painful.
Well, currently, there is no clear distinct advantage for both AHQ and TPA side. The goal score is barely like 200 goal, and that's very easily divisible. Nothing to, not really big brouhaha. And here, Lil Ball's fighting against Garnet Devil one-on-one. Garnet Devil does have that red buff, so Jarvan, very slippery champion once he has enough mana to jump across.
So it's going to be a race to take down the turrets here. It looks like at the top lane, TPA has dealt about as much damage to that turret as AHQ, but AHQ have the help of the jungler here. While Lil Balls is taking those wolves, that bottom turret is getting dangerously low. Rise here is struggling to hold on to this top turret. He needs to hold on to it in order for AHQ to really capitalize off of this lane swap. If he doesn't get this, oh my goodness, Lil Ball's getting so low. He's got that flash up. The turret is going to go down here. The two of them are just too low on health here. Lil Ball's too low on health. And right now, they need to rush to this top lane. They need to back up Prides. If they lose this top turret, all of that lane swapping would have been worthless.
Exactly. So now it's really TPA being pressured out of their lanes. And to say the very least, they need their level 6s, especially Kha'Zix, because if not, I mean, I think he just hit his level 6.
Oh, and things have changed completely here. Artie is now level 6. TPA cannot put the same kind of pressure. You can see here, Artie is already making his way up to this top lane. He is coming in. Watch out for it. Twisted Fate coming in here behind BB. Here comes the stun. The stun comes in here, and that's going to be it for BB. Artie coming in for that first blood. The stun card comes down. Dinger's in trouble now. Will Price be able to get that kill? No! Double kill here for Twisted Fate. And that was just a fantastic play. Such perfect timing by HQ.
That taunt followed up into the stun card. Wonderful. And this is going to be it. I like the fact that they give the double kills to Artie, simply because the Twisted Fate in the mid game can be really hard to play against. Once you have enough damage ramped up on him, your wildcards can poke under that turret and you can just dive when low enough.
And this is just what HQ needs to be doing. exactly what they need to do to put on that early pressure.
Very nicely done. They're showing the world champs that they can play on that level.
But what they need to watch out for when they execute this strategy is that though they need to be aggressive, it is so easy for them to get too aggressive and lose members like what Mr. Albus is doing here, getting caught out by Lil Balls. But fortunately, Artie is there with enough damage to drive him back.
I wouldn't be too concerned. As long as Twisted Fate uses an ultimate, they will be able to make smart choices whether to dive in or not to dive in. That's the beauty of Twisted Fate and Destiny. When you use that Destiny, you will see everyone on the map, no hidden vision. So yeah, it's gonna boil out to those, just making those calls.
Right, so we do have the lane swap with Mr. Albus and Green Tea coming up to the top lane right now. They don't want to let BB get this free turret. And they're gonna, now that they've got a nice gold advantage, they can afford to send Shen down up against Nidalee.
I would say it's a pretty good advantage at the moment for the side of AHQ. Looking at that 2-0 score, it's not just a 2-0 with getting the money from, it's also in the farm. And that's why we're seeing about a 2,000 gold disparity between these teams.
Are we going to see Twisted Fate pick up a Lich Bane straight away? He's got that blasting wand paired up with the Sheen already.
I think the funny thing is that now Lich Bane does do much better in the early game. You don't need to wait till the late game since they changed the ratios. They gave it 50 base damage every time you want to use Lich Bane's proc.
Oh, they added a base damage on.
Yeah, they added base damage. Although it only scales with 80% of your your AP.
Oh, here they come. Toys comes in for Dinter. Here comes the bullet time. Dinter gets dented?
He gets dented, yeah.
He gets dented by those bullets.
Oh, that was truly outrageous.
Truly outrageous. And not even the gems can keep him safe from that one.
And you know what, Mr. Albus is getting a very decent amount of farm. He has that Brutalizer, and we all know what Brutalizer means. It just means get smacked and shredded with my bullet type.
I think Mr. Albus and Green Tea were quite safe there. They still had the ult from Lulu.
And you know, with RT actually getting some farm and getting those kills, he's actually going to be able to hold up against Kha'Zix really well. Simply because those pokes, he'll be able to preempt them as Kha'Zix comes in for those Ws, those void spikes.
You can see here they've really already slowed down their pressure quite a lot. TPA has done a great job of not allowing them to really snowball hard here. RT is in big trouble. Flashes away. Toys knowing exactly how much damage he can deal to burst him down there despite the flash and despite him getting under the turret. And Prides was not able to use his ult to save him there. I think if he got that off, that would have been a huge turnaround.
He could have, I guess, yeah.
Stanley, though, is putting so much pressure at this bottom lane. We're seeing a lot of slowing down in the pace that AHQ set early on. Are they going to be able to pick it back up again? They need to start getting in the driver's seat again because it looks like TPA is pushing them out and stepping it up.
Ouch. Double up is really great in the laning phase. It just deals so much bonus damage. And even if it misses, you're going to actually be able to just deal bonus damage to those minions, get a bit of farm up. And and here we go again! The stun card flying all the way to the back. Dinter going to take just a bunch of damage once again. Going really low, and the ultimate finishes him up. But the counter gang comes in here from Kha'Zix. Toys flies in. The ultimate drops onto Lulu. She should have saved it for MF though. And finally some damage. Wow, the damage on Lil Boss is insane. And the Wildcats will finish him up. Will it be enough to fight against Toys? It's a sweep up. It's a sweep up here by BB. And the turnaround. Will he get the quadra kill? No, it looks like both teams will decide to disengage. What a brilliant one there. A good turnaround by TPA. Only losing, I think, Lil Balls and Dinter in the process. Not a big deal to lose Dinter.
And I think that what AHQ failed to do there was really get all of their team up there. They really need to group up in these early stages. And they haven't done it yet. I mean,
and in fact,
they should be trying to force more 5v5 fights while they had the advantage. Right now, it's not too big anymore. Things have pretty much evened out here with only a 700 gold lead, which they may lose though if TP attempts to take the dragon.
A big issue in that fight was blowing those cooldowns way too early and not waiting for like the most opportune moments. They were just trying to scrape those kills away, which isn't always the best option.
Yeah, they really wanted the kill on Dinter, so they popped that ult very early. The Lulu ult, they didn't use the Lulu ult for survivability. They used it
offensively
for the CC.
Yeah.
So the health portion of it was basically wasted as they used it on Twisted Fate, who wasn't really that low at that point.
Oh my goodness. So currently AHQ still holding their ground really well, but the pickups, 3 kills on Ezreal really gave him a very nice advantage here. Picking up an early Bloodthirsters and also the Elixir of Fortitude. So it's gonna be able to trade up that top turret. He can pop in for bonus health and some bonus attack damage. Trading is gonna be a better step now for the side of the TPA.
Just so much momentum has been lost because of that.
Yeah,
they
just
lost
one fight,
a lot of momentum from that one fight.
Making just one bad call, and you kind of lose that 2,000 gold advantage. Remember, there was a shutdown.
Saw just how painful the spikes are from Kazakhs. It's just pretty nuts just how much damage they can do. They're going in for this big gank again. Nice stun combo here onto Stanley. They've managed to keep him disabled for quite a while. They'll pick up that kill and hopefully decide to push on because they really need this early advantage. No, they're going to go for the Dragon instead.
I think the Dragon call might be a better one at this point in time, simply because they have taken out Nilly, who will not be able to poke them down.
Just look at that Void Spike damage. Yikes.
They will start on the Dragon. Now the issue is, can they avoid Toys' Void Spikes in time to take that Dragon? Remember, he has that blue buff, so Void Spike will be ouch. Like I said, it will be painful and just a really big menace.
You have to watch out for the bullet time here though. Nice bullet time by Mr. Albus. In comes the True Shot Barrage. Toys is looking for that pickup. Oh,
and a very nice play with the Dragon Bait. They started off, they did enough work on it. They gotta be careful. Toys will be able to dish out some damage in the short run.
Oh, Garnet Devil. Oh, there's a little bit of miscommunication there. They couldn't decide whether they wanted to go for Toys.
But it's okay, they got that Dragon, they got the objective, and now they should be able to escape with ease. I'm liking HU is being very coordinated and then knowing the right targets to pick off.
Whoa, I am liking their play so far, but this is so dangerous. The way I see it, the minute they slip up, the minute they lose 1 or 2 of those engages, TPA with their team composition can really pull ahead. Because look at the poking power. Kazakhs there was 1 on 4 and making them feel threatened. I mean, when one champion makes 4 of you guys that scared, something is wrong.
Something is wrong, exactly. And here, Nilly, Stanley gonna pressure with that Primal Surge, just beating him down. This is gonna be a pretty easy beatdown and free whack on those turrets.
Yeah, they've got to get there in time. They're going to clear up those minions just in the nick of time. TPA knows that the blue buff is up there. They might want to try to stop it. Oh, Garnet Double there with a nice ward. Going to chase them off of that point. Mr. Albus, he has to get rid of these minions. I just realized that Stanley's playing AD Nidalee as opposed to AP.
Well,
so he's not going to have as powerful a poke. He's going to be more of a split push champion rather than the spear poker.
Yeah. So
oh, the minion wave is coming in here. They might lose the mid turret. Are they going to go for the engage? Brides comes in here from behind. Little Balls finds himself caught in the entirety of AHQ. Artie comes in with a pretty much useless.
Not needed gate.
Yeah, gate. That gate was totally unneeded. But you can see here the pokes from Kazakhs have taken down the entirety of AHQ pretty low.
They are no joke. I mean, Kazakhs, come on. With that W, you're not just doing single target damage anymore. We're looking at team-wide damage that helps immensely. It gives that unseen threat. So the only issue is that he has to walk in and out of vision to reset that buff. Going straight down onto BB. I think getting stunned there for a moment by Turret and kind of wastes out the ultimate there. They just piled on all the ultimates onto Jarvan.
Right, they wanted to go in there with the ult from Jarvan, the Cataclysm, the Arena of Death, but he got stunned before he could use it.
Yeah, that was pretty unfortunate and a slight miscalculation on the part of AHQ. So they burned, I think.
And how did Pride stop his then teleport?
That we might have to see on replay. because I thought it was really hard.
Yeah, how
I know
on earth
Tariq
did
Dinter's stun was saved onto Jarvan. That was no surprise.
Okay,
but
that's kind of weird. I didn't realize that he didn't teleport in there. Oh, Artie has to watch out. Toys has so much burst, it's ridiculous. Oh my goodness.
And this is why you ban Kha'Zix in the current meta. His damage is
How lame is
insane.
that? He just brutalized him and he's got the wings. He's got those evolved wings. He's going to skitter away just effortlessly.
I really like Kha'Zix in new meta, but I find him to be extremely unbalanced at the moment. His damage, his laning, his team fights, there doesn't seem to be a genuine weakness to him.
So painful. Stanley here is going to start putting pressure on the top lane. Mr. Albus, I don't think you can go up against him one-on-one.
It's not the easiest way to deal with Stan Lee at the moment. Although MF does have that Black Cleaver, and Black Cleaver is a lifesaver for most of these AD champions.
And this game has just been so close. TPA now has the lead in terms of turrets. They've managed to take down 2 as compared to the 1 that AHQ has. And AHQ doesn't look to be doing too well now that has happened. This bottom lane turret is being quite heavily threatened by Winter and BB. Garnet Devil there being forced to show his face in order to defend this turret.
Oh. And Toys is coming up here for the sneaky side in the bottom lane. He might be able to do that turret dive. We are seeing his ultimate coming up. In the mid lane though, pokes are going down and Mr. Albus, RT and Green Tea are easy getting that turret. While Little Ball's kind of putting himself in a dangerous position here, unnecessarily. The bullet time flies down.
Toys. They put that exhaust down onto Toys so quickly.
That burst! It just took out the purple from Lulu. And
it made him taste the fear. He just tasted Lulu's fear, and I'm sure it tasted purple.
I am sure.
Nuts, just nuts. How much damage is that doing? Taste the fear. 280 plus 330. Wow, that's like 600 plus damage there. 610 damage. How crazy is that?
Not even including the penetration yet. That penetration, man.
Oh my goodness.
For 25 mana, that is the best skill right now. I'm really loving it. What it will take is for them to really kind of lock down that Kha'Zix before he can deal any sort of damage or split the team up. Because once the team is split, that's when Kha'Zix goes in and kind of picks them off one by one.
Oh my. Stay away from Kha'Zix. Just stay away from him, he's beast.
He just wants to eat everyone, and that's a really hard thing to deal with when you're playing against Kha'Zix.
The cooldown is 2.3 seconds. Holy crap, he's dealing 600 damage to isolated target every 2.3 seconds.
I think lesson learned is
Could you ask for more?
Ban Kha'Zix. I'm when I go home and I play ranked,
right,
I'm definitely banning Kha'Zix like as long as I can.
He's got the wings, he's got the spike rank. Is he gonna go for that evolved claw? It's gonna be so insane.
If most of them like to evolve the ultimate, since it gives you one more proc and that defensive capabilities.
Right.
But if you are really just winning, not even in team fights, just winning in laning phases, that Q can be really mad. Because if the team fights never come, there is no point pumping that R for turret for dives. Your Q will be able to sweep them up easily under the turret, much better than your that ultimate. Yeah.
TPA taking out that first layer turret. Oh, Artie comes in here. BB with a nice cleanse, was able to get away for a while, but now it seems like he's gonna be stuck there and unable to get out from that very nice gang. Toys here. Is he gonna fight Prides? Nope, not enough DPS to kill Prides. He's got some sick DPS, but not that sick.
So what AHQ can do right now is really just pressure those turrets up. Stanley is not joining TPA in those fights, and they have to punish him by going for turrets, and this is exactly what they're doing. Throwing up that stand-up for increased attack speed, tank down those turrets, and Pride is having an easy time getting those turrets.
This is good. This is good from them. They need to take down those turrets. It looks like Stanley wants to remain pushing that top lane. He's confident, that means, of Toys, Dinter, and the rest of the team holding this. And I think that they'll be able to here. With Kha'Zix in there, it's going to be quite difficult.
It will be, because he has that crazy mass slow.
Oh, they're going in there. They want to go for this kill. They know that BB's summer spells are down. Nice bullet time there following up. Little Balls is in trouble now. And I think that Stanley making the decision to stay in that top lane may have been the wrong one, because they're going to lose this inhibitor turret and what looks to be the inhibitor as well. Just such a nice call. I was going to call them out on a bad play there, but that was a huge play by Garnet Double.
Double warding, because one ward is never enough.
Never enough.
But I think what I liked about it...
It's a 1-for-1 special there on the wards.
Double ward again, the 2-for-2.
Why? Because you can.
Because
why do you
can.
put 2 wards? Because you
But
can.
I love it, because what happened so far in that dive comp, like we were talking about Lulu and how she is able to chain it with Jarvan so well. And that was really what allowed them to go under the radar and just beat and punish the crap out of TPA. And here's Stanley as well. Gonna be able to use that flash, popping barrier, but will it be enough? I don't think so. And this is how you kill the cats. You had to put all 4 of your team members onto her.
Because he's got 9 lives. You gotta remember that. Cats have 9 lives, so it does require more than one person to kill them.
And you know what? They will be able to do this for a couple more times. Since Nidalee splashes down, she will only be relying on that pounce. And the good thing is that Twisted Fate, one of those champions, they can really chase Nidalee down because of the short cooldown of his stun card.
And the plays here being made by AHQ so far
love it. I love it.
Spectacular. But look at the gold.
It's the same.
Look at the gold.
It's the same.
It
it's
is
the same.
neck to neck here. They managed to take down that inhibitor, but TPA is definitely not down. They are such a scary beast to deal with. I mean, you've taken down the inhibitor, you'd think like, all right, we can like rest a little bit easier.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good. But no, TPA is not down. They're not out. They're still really strong in this game.
In
what
fact,
is
AHK's They're up in goal now. They're up in goal.
They're upping. How is this possible?
You must be TPA.
Possible?
Basically, if you're world champs, you have this hack that allows you to input goal.
Oh, big trouble here for Dinter.
And they're going to pressure up that top lane now. The fact remains that even though they got inhibitor, they don't have that pressure to kind of deal with the Baron right now.
No, they can't go for that Baron fight. Both teams are so even right now. Oh, Static Shiv there. Painful item. And Static Shiv is
it's nice item because
it's kind of what they need right now to clear these waves, really. I feel like BB picked this up because he realized that they need every single bit of wave clearing right now to hold AHQ in their tracks. What they need to do is wait for that late
push the lane out, yeah.
Push those lanes out. Make sure that the creeps don't manage to tank the turret.
Right.
And having that Static Shiv is going to help out. Prize and Stanley here going one-on-one.
But Prize looks like he's doing really well actually, fighting against Stan in the one-on-one. Having that Warmock's armor and Sunfires allows you to counterplay Nidalee quite easily actually.
Yeah, just look at that health regeneration, 121 every 5 seconds.
Warmox is becoming a beast item. And I think I'm starting to recognize that those teams that kind of stack that Sunfire's cape with it benefit a lot from the stats that it gives.
The ping goes down here for Green Tea. He's going to clear up the wards at the Baron. What is AHQ going to do next? They've practically got Prides locking down Nidalee at that bottom lane. So if in the event that they do really want to go for the Baron, they're going to have the advantage. It's going to be a 5 versus 4 at the Baron pit. But can they take on the Baron as well as 4 members of TPA? That remains to be seen. It's still quite early in the game, 26 minutes here. So it might not be so easy for them to do that. You can see Toys here picking up that camouflage, like you said. He evolved his camouflage. And now he's red.
Now he's red. He's changed color.
He's angry. This is the color of death. He's going to taste that fear.
Taste that fear. My goodness. Well,
it could be like for Halloween Skittles, taste the fear.
Taste the fear. And TPA still so aggressive, those objective points. You know, they are not affected by the inhibitor in the mid lane gone. They still want that dragon. They're going to try to make that gap. I mean, that goal disparity as much as possible.
HQ is making the right call here.
Nicely done.
There's
but
a
I don't
war
think it's fast
there,
enough. Yeah,
I think there's going to be enough time for TPA to make it towards the Baron. See them rushing towards it. They don't know what's going on.
It might be the bait though. It might be a bait because once they move into that hole, I think
no Baron being done
Baron.
here.
Okay.
There's no risk being taken by HQ. They're actually starting to fall behind on farm. This is dangerous for them because I really feel that TPA has the stronger team composition here.
In the late game,
in
for
the late
sure.
game, yep.
Once they start scaling in terms of items, look at Kazik. Since farm is 268 and he has the cleaver plus the last whisperer, that is really very hard to deal with once you hit in the mid game. We're looking at 28 minutes with these 3 items: the Bloodthirsters, the Black Cleaver, and the last whisper. How do you stop that?
Some pressure at the bottom turret though, and that might be what they need to create the opening. If they see someone move down there to clear that turret, they might just go for that Baron.
That Kazik especially, once Kazik shows his face, and which he already has, I think they might be able to do something. Oh no, Stanley here gonna
trigger the Baron. BB's in trouble. He's forced to use his flash. That wasn't a smart move by him. Stanley now taking so much damage. Here comes the ult. Twisted Fate Shen combo. Where's Artie going? Where did you go, friend? You went the wrong way here. And they've turned things around, Artie.
Artie derped there.
Artie, what did you do?
He derped by going to the other side of the lane. With the Shen ultimate on him, he decided, I think I better go to the golems. I miss them.
No.
I miss the golems, guys. And that was a blunder.
Is TPA gonna turn this all around by going?
They can, because they wasted all the ultimates just now trying to make a play happen, but they messed it up. And TPA, knowing them, they will definitely try to go in for this Baron, which will make life very difficult for the guys.
Oh, the purple team takes it. TPA got the Baron, but they are cleaning everyone up. Toys here is low on mana, but that doesn't matter. All the DPSs are still alive. Only BB went down there. But this is looking pretty close though. Toys doesn't really have enough mana to finish them off here.
And look at Pride. Pride does damage.
DPS. Oh, the spear from Stanley. And that's gonna be it. Pride is gonna go down, and TPA with the ace.
Wow, what a turnaround. And really, I would have to say that was actually unnecessary on AHQ's part. AHQ could have made this actually a very defining moment for their game.
Oh,
but they herped the derp, and
Artie was gonna make the plays. He was still gonna do it. I guess he was afraid that if he teleported into the middle of them,
instantly died. Yeah. I thought it would have been better because the Shen ultimate was already on him, and that could have made life a bit more, I don't know, safer for that dive.
Oh no, I think that was the bad move to make. I know that he was afraid to go in there, but that was definitely not the right call for him.
Yeah.
I mean, at the very least, he would have bought time for if they chose to kill Artie, I think they would have had enough time for the rest of the team to catch up.
Yep.
And BB used his arcane chip as well as his flash.
It's still not over yet,
But
so I think it's
you're
okay.
right. It's still not over, but when it comes to this late game, TPA has the huge advantage because of their team composition.
Only time will tell. In fact, I think AHQ has done so far a pretty good job, except for that derp.
Look at how fat Kha'Zix is.
He is mad. He's mad.
0-6. Nobody has stopped him from just going on this rampage of his. And I want to see just how much fear Toys is tasting. Toys is tasting about 930
fear points.
930 fear points when he eats it all by himself.
Even
Void Spikes are dealing 500 damage,
and
not accounting for the armor penetration.
And the passive. The thing is that the passive will proc as well with that W, so it's additional 220 damage with that. Yowzers, man.
How are they going to deal with Toys? I just don't see any way.
They should have dealt with Toys in the bans and picks.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. Already pulling out that gold card. There's nobody stunned here.
And TPA is just gonna start dismantling that base.
That comeback kings, man, TPA. You don't ever count them out no matter what happens.
They've got the Baron buff. It's tiny, it's just 3, 4 purple floating things, but it means a lot. And they're gonna go for the hard engage here. Oh, the Jarvan EQ bug there, making them miss that. They're gonna go straight on to BB. They managed to take him out, but Toys is in the back lines right now.
He's getting burst, and will it be enough? No, Maokai comes in, he jumps away, and finally another stun card drops in. Will it be enough? The poke already is going super low, and Fear has been drawn this day.
Oh!
Look at that Toys just running around. Oh, baby, this is it, man. And the Q, will the Q come in? And the ace comes in. This is the second ace for TPA. And I don't see any way of making a comeback now. They're going to push it deep into the trenches of the base, which is AHQ Esports Club.
And AHQ knew what was happening. They knew they were slowly losing the game. They had to make the play. They had to do something, but that was not it. That was not the right move there.
Not at all.
Lose the inhibitor.
And here we go. I think it is the defining moment. They will be able to tank that turret.
Oh.
Maokai, I don't know, the ulti doesn't really help against turrets, but if he likes it.
It looks good. I mean, having the leaves around you is a motivator. I guess it is.
And now they will decide to back out. This has been nothing but a phenomenal comeback by TPA.
And then the pings come down at the middle inhibitor. Are AHQ gonna try for that?
I mean, the Baron buff has dropped from the side of
it was
TPA.
so unfortunate that Garnet Devil had that little Jarvan bug.
Earlier
where
on,
you put down your flag first,
the EQ.
put down your standard, and your spear doesn't pull you to it. And they're going to be fixing that in the next patch.
Thank goodness.
So that will never happen again. Thank goodness. All Javans can rejoice.
It's really quite sad.
It is such a tight position for AHQ to be in. It's like wearing skinny jeans 2 sizes down right now.
Oh, that's why.
No blood to the legs.
Blood to the legs. And right now, it's really the Kazakhs that has been just going mad on their team.
Oh, nice bullet time here, but it doesn't really deal all that much damage. Artie's used the gate. They've used it to identify Toys. Toys may be in trouble.
Oh, and
take out Toys.
He's going for it. MF is still up, and he's going to be shooting. Mr. Albis going into taunt, comes in on Stanley once again.
BB's
oh my goodness.
This is it. This is the fight that they needed, but
the sun comes in. Price picks up that kill.
BB is all that is left right now. And
oh no, it looks like
a minion just killed Green
Oh
Sea.
my goodness. And now it's up to Pride and Mr. Albis to try and find a way to deal with BB.
They're trying to bait him in here. Oh my goodness, are they gonna get killed by the superior micro of BB right here? Mr. Albis, why are you hitting the creep? No,
oh, the stun!
Oh no.
My goodness.
This match is insane. Oh, the cleanse.
The cleanse and dodging that wild card.
The quicksilver
sash. Oh, jeez, man.
For a minute that Albis started hitting the minions, I was like, no.
Mr. Albis. Mr. Albis. How dare thee?
What are you doing?
You were not supposed to hit the creeps, Mr. Albis.
Who
sorry,
told you to hit
Masterverse.
the minions?
I'm sorry, Masterverse. That was just intense. And you know, we've come to the point in time in the game where the goal, once it's past 50,000, more or less, most of the team members are getting their max items. You know, seeing how ambient goal works now, they've ramped up to a very high point where the curve, you know, the amount of damage you increase for the items you have is not going to be as exponential as it is in the mid game. So it's
10 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to be all about the team fights now. Money is not going to be the matter, it's the team fights.
There's 10 minutes, oh not 10 minutes, 10 seconds to the Baron, which is currently up right now. TPA is getting started on it.
The intensity, I can feel it in the stadium. It is just
I can almost taste the fear.
I'm getting just shivers. It's been so long since we've seen a game this mad at the 36-minute mark.
So insane, 19 kills to 18 right now. And they're getting started on that Baron. You see the Destiny being used here. What are they gonna do about this? They're coming in. Are they gonna come in a little bit too late here?
It's a bit
managed
too
to take
late.
the Baron.
Kha'Zix coming out here, eating some purple. The MF ultimate just a bit too slow, and I think this will be it. It will not be enough damage. No one survives. Yep, nom nom nom, says Kha'Zix. And out of all that, they just squished one bug.
This is it. It is over. TPA will move in for the kill here. 33 seconds left before the first member of AHQ comes out, but there is no time for that.
Who cares?
Nobody got time for that.
Nobody got time for that.
Nobody got time for that.
And,
the Nexus is bare. The turret also lonely.
And that's
this is going to be TPA coming out ahead. A fantastic game against AHQ. The late game poke comp against that early game, you know, burst damage comp that wants to get in there with those globals, and TPA played it brilliantly.
We saw an early inhibitor rush in the mid lane.
So good.
And they managed to get a comeback from that nonetheless. They still got both Barons in the game. So
it was like watching a ballet performance. TPA, but not as boring.
No, they made those pirouettes and turned around.
Yeah.
They really made a great game versus spectate. So thank you for watching day 1, week 2 of the GPL 2013 Spring Season.
Oh my goodness, that was so fun to cast.
That was
such a great game. One of the best games, no, the best game of the season by far so far.
In week 2.
And things can only get better.
Yeah.
You know, things are only going to get better. As the teams improve here, we're only going to see more awesome games. Thanks for watching, guys. We hope you enjoyed yourselves. We'll see you again tomorrow. Make sure you tune in. SGS HY. He's going to be making his debut. This guy is renowned in the competitive gaming scene, and you know he's going to be making big waves here in the League of Legends scene. I know it.
I can feel it
in my bones.
In my bones, son.
They were rattled. My old bones rattled with the feeling of HY coming on the scene.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. All right, see you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed yourselves.
Da, 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 da.